Good day, everyone. Hello, welcome into today's stream. We are back. It is Sunday, and we are gonna be chilling today. Hold on, let me quickly check if everything is working, but it should be working. We are back, and it is once again super freaking hot today in the Netherlands. It's like around 20. Hold on, let me check. It is between 24 to 26 degrees right now. And it's, yesterday was a insane hot day. It was like 30 degrees. And I watched a lot of World Cup games. I actually watched like all 3 World Cup games yesterday. We started with the Netherlands against Sweden. We absolutely freaking demolished, battered them. I think we won like 5-1. Hold on. Sweden. Yeah, we won 5-1. So, which I wasn't expecting that. To be honest, I wasn't expecting a 5-1 win over Sweden. But yeah, I don't know what's up with Sweden, but they just completely lost it. Other than that, I watched Germany against Ivory Coast and Curacao against Ecuador. Pretty fun games all, but hey, we took the W. I don't know if the face cam colors look off. I tried kind of like adjusting it, but I don't know. I think the color is still a bit too weird or something. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like it seems a bit washed or something. Hello Mickey, Spain tonight. Yes, sir. Spain is against who plays Spain against? Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia they all in that group, they all have 1 point, which is quite interesting. How are you doing, Mickey? How are you doing? Yeah, we watched some Netherlands with the family tonight. We have some leftover food from yesterday, so we're gonna be watching probably a game tonight as well over with the fam. But yeah, it's other than that, it's surviving now. Luckily, we have a AC, as I said before, so I'm not too big in too much like trouble or heat. But once I step outside, it's insane. Hot in here, I can imagine. Mickey. How hot is it like in your house right now? So for today, honestly, I don't really have any plans. I just thought let's just continue playing some more Sleeping Dogs. But before we do that, let's maybe watch a video. I do have a video uploaded by one of my favorite channels at the moment, Chilling Scares. He makes like these sort of like compilation videos of like disturbing things or spooky things caught on the internet. So that's what we're gonna be trying out or watching, I mean. And other than that, yeah, I don't really have a plan. We're just gonna be doing some chill gaming and probably continue the Sleeping Dogs playthrough. Also, the allergy season is on full swing. I have a pretty bad hay fever now. Up until like I would say 2 to 3 days ago, I didn't have much like trouble with it, or I didn't really notice it. But now, the past couple of days, I feel like in my particular situation, I am like highly allergic to like grass pollen. And oh man, it's been going off. It has been going off. 28 in the living room, 28. Dang, that's quite hot. That is quite hot. Well, we just have to survive over here in the Netherlands. All right, let's hop into some. Let's watch this video. I want to watch this video before we do anything else. But yeah, it is absolutely killing me. It's killing me. I already got nose spray or nostril spray for my nose. It works in a way, but like not as much as I want to. Now, before we go any further, did I have some news? Actually, I do have one news. I have one news story that I wanted to share, which is for the new upcoming Halo game that is going to be releasing on the PS5. It's the campaign. Apparently they said both accounts will need to have a PlayStation Plus and be linked to a Microsoft account. Having these active PlayStation Plus subscription will also provide access to online co-op play. These are requirements for a offline split screen experience on PS5. If anybody doesn't know what split screen is, because nowadays I feel like there isn't just enough split screen games. Split screen is basically where you can play locally offline with someone, like a game like Halo, and it would like split the, for example, the Halo is a first person shooter. It would split the screen in half, and each one of you have like a would have like a POV, their own like screen. You can play like the campaign together, but apparently they it will require you to have both an active PlayStation Plus subscription, which is kind of whack. But however, they did updated it. They did updated the evolved. Apparently, it's not entirely true because there's an update following the story. They said we incorrectly stated that the PlayStation Plus is required for local co-op split screen play. Local split screen co-op requires a PlayStation account for each player, but does not require a PlayStation Plus account. So you both need to have, or the people that want to play both need to have a PlayStation account, but no active PlayStation Plus account, which I think that is already, that is already a big relief, because if you would have needed 2 active PlayStation Plus accounts in order to play a split screen game, split screen is like literally local offline, then that would be kind of whack. I still think having to need a PlayStation account is kind of whack. I remember back in the day, you just need to have a profile on your console. You didn't need to have online or a account tied to it, and that was just it. But well, now they do need a PlayStation account. But to be honest, that's not as nearly as bad as requiring a online subscription. So yeah, that's actually about the only thing that I saw the last couple of days. So yeah, let's watch this video, The 5 Most Disturbing Moments in TV History by Chilling Scares. So we're gonna be watching this. All right, let me just quickly do this. What I love about this channel, Chilling Scares, it just immediately starts right into the video, like no freaking build up or no intro. So yeah, we got 5 most disturbing moments in TV history. Let's watch it together, and then we'll head into some gaming afterwards. By the way, if anybody has a video that we should watch on stream, you can link it down in the chat.
In the early hours of October 15th, 1980, a small staff at WCPO in Cincinnati was working through what should have been an ordinary night shift. But at around 2 a.m., news reporter Elaine Green and a channel photographer were heading out to their cars when a man carrying a semi-automatic rifle stepped out from the dark and ordered them back inside. He assured them no one was going to get hurt and he just wanted to say something he needed the cameras for. The man was 41-year-old James Hoskins, an out-of-work artist living in Cincinnati's Over-the-Rhine neighborhood, which is one of the poorest areas in the city. Along with the rifle, he also had 5 handguns and roughly 600 rounds of ammunition. By the time the rest of the staff realized what was happening, James already had the entire newsroom under his control.
This guy has freaking a lot of guns.
He gathered all 9 employees at gunpoint and told Elaine he wanted to go live on television to deliver a message. Elaine, however, convinced him to record the interview on tape instead, preventing the station from airing an unpredictable hostage situation live to viewers at home. What no one at WCPO knew yet was that the most tragic part of the night had already happened hours earlier.
Oh, he killed.
When the camera finally started recording, James began explaining why he had come there in the first place, while holding a gun in his hand the entire time.
Okay.
Well, I really didn't have anything together, but there's been so much violence.
He talked about the violence and poverty he witnessed every day from his apartment window in Over-the-Rhine.
There's not enough attention paid for the poor people in the Over-the-Rhine area, and there seems to be in the country a growing kind of thing to keep black and white at each other's throats, to keep the rich on top, so the poor people have no way to fight. The police have become the knights, the buffer between the rich and the poor. And the poor, I don't know if you've ever been in the Over-the-Rhine area to see the old people. They have nothing. I watch them. They have nothing. They sit in their bed all day long. And that's all they have to look forward to. Nothing's happening for them. Nobody cares. Nobody does anything for them.
He then turned that frustration toward the media and the city itself, accusing news stations of only entering these neighborhoods after someone had been killed, while city officials cleared low-income housing so visitors coming for conventions wouldn't have to see the poverty there.
It seems like the things you should be covering, you don't cover. You don't. You never come into the area unless somebody gets wasted. They're displacing people. They tear the buildings down so that when the people come,
he's doing all this while holding a gun.
The poor people.
By it, even as James laid all of this out, he kept speaking like a man who knew exactly how the night was going to end.
Can you see this world from your window?
I can see the world from my bay windows, up and down the street.
Possibly a story could be done from your window of the world
I
you
won't
see.
be there in my windows after this, I'm sure. Maybe you can do it from my windows, but I won't be there.
This only added to the seriousness of the interview. But for a man forcing people to listen at gunpoint and claiming that he was about to no longer be here, most of James's points didn't sound completely detached from reality. He was rambling.
And they don't know about the gun? Yeah, they do. I mean, the way he like initiated this interview or recording is he literally took them hostage, all 9 like reporters. He literally pointed a semi-auto gun. He was carrying 5 handguns or something with him. And he basically just forced them to do this like record. I don't know. They said he wanted to do like a live. He wanted to be live on air, and then they managed to do a recording
to get his thoughts together. But his anger kept circling back to real problems and a system he believed had abandoned the people it was supposed to protect.
So his main like reason for wanting to do this is because in his eyes he thought, you know, the media and stuff didn't lay eyes as much on like the poverty side of things and the poor people, and only when things happened over there, like for example when someone died or anything else. But yeah, Beans, how you doing, Runic? How are you doing? I'm doing great. It's we're surviving the heat over here in the Netherlands. It's quite hot, and we're now just chilling. We're watching some YouTube videos, and this video being the 5 most disturbing moments in TV history. And later on we'll do some gaming. But how are you, Runic? How are you?
Go on for nearly 10 minutes. As the tape started running out, Elaine asked if there was any final
Okay, yeah, so this was recorded.
And that's when James finally said what he actually wanted next.
Jim, we have probably another minute or so on this tape. Is there any other point?
Oh, that's his gun. I was like, why are they blurring it?
I can't think of any point I want to make, except give me a place where the police can come and get me and we're going to shoot it out.
What?
And you people can leave.
Here?
Well, I don't see any other place for me to shoot it out. They've got their magnums. They want to hurt the poor people in the street. I've got my magnums. I'm ready. I'm loaded.
This guy is crazy.
Hearing that, the people in the room tried to reason him out of his plan, pointing out that what he had just
said. How many people are there? Are there? If there are like, I think they said like 9 people or so in total. 9 people. What if we all just like? What if they all just like jump him?
Realistic to end in a shootout.
Especially now when he's like caught off guard.
Immediately changed the
I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too heroic or something.
Idealistic things you just said. How?
He seems such a nice gentleman.
I blew my girlfriend away tonight.
Oh shoot!
It's over for me.
You lost it, buddy.
Before coming to the station that night, James had shot his girlfriend, 30-year-old Melanie Finley. She was later found inside their shared apartment.
I'm good. I just finished watching some Yaoi, and I'm now procrastinating by watching your stream. What is Yao? What is that, Runic? What even is that? Yao? Yaoi? Yao? I don't even know how to say that.
On 12th Street. This confession made his calmness even more disturbing, as it became clear that James wasn't using the cameras to fight a corrupt system. He was using them to explain something he believed could no longer be undone. And even after Elaine and others kept pleading that he could still get help, James insisted he was already past saving, blaming drugs, paranoia, and a plan he said had started long before that night.
We don't want to say
I have no choice. I have murdered my girlfriend.
Oh, wow. All right. Okay. Interesting. Yao? I have never heard about that. Interesting, Runic.
I've been taking this weird drug. I'm out of my mind.
But you can get help.
I can't. We planned. We did all these things. This whole thing was planned back in San Francisco. It was all started out. over the period of time, I've become paranoid. I tell you, the drugs or the angel dust people turn me on the angel dust. They did numbers on me in San Francisco that I ran from one end of the place to the other.
He was certain that he couldn't come back from what he had committed.
He's too far
already.
gone.
I know that I'm slipping away.
Can't we help you before you slip in? You don't want to slip completely.
Those are dangerous, man.
I'm gone. All they'll do.
I don't know.
Bro, if there are, I don't know how many people there are, kind of forgot. They should all just like jump him. You know those split seconds where he just doesn't pay attention?
There is no help for me. Look, I murdered my girlfriend. God damn, man, I killed her.
After roughly 90 minutes, James let all 9 hostages leave unharmed and
9
barricaded
people.
himself alone in the newsroom as police and SWAT surrounded the building. Negotiators spoke with him by phone through the morning, trying to talk him down.
I mean, at least he let them go. At least, like, with someone being that crazy in their head already, or being too far gone, it could have ended, or we don't know the full story yet. Sorry if I keep pausing it, but it could have ended way worse.
3 a.m. While speaking to an officer on the phone, James said, "Well, it's time. I'm going to do it now." Police waited
He's
another
going to end
4
himself.
hours before entering the building, fearing it might be a trap. When they finally went inside at 1:45 p.m., they found James on the newsroom floor with a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Yep.
And when investigators searched his apartment, they realized the interview at WCPO may have only been one part of a much darker plan.
Oh boy.
They found more weapons, bomb-making materials, and detailed files on prominent city figures, filed under labels like political creeps, business creeps, and police tactics. Elaine Green later won a Peabody Award for her courage in the interview. Much of what James said that night still sounds like fair criticism even today, but the way in which he forced the world to hear it...
I was
is
gonna
what
say, it's not even like a bad take that he had, or like a bad view of the world. You know, being news medias and stuff, only reporting in like those areas when stuff happens. Yeah,
made the
I don't know.
footage so
But
disturbing.
obviously his approach was not the right one. Poor dude, wish he got help earlier. Yeah, at that point, just the way he talked, and obviously like ending his girlfriend's life.
On
He was
Halloween
already too
night,
far gone.
1990,
RP girlfriend, yep. Alright, next story, guys.
On Halloween night 1990,
Halloween
roughly
night.
150 people gathered at Blackbeard's Family Fun Center in Fresno, California to watch a local magician attempt
1990.
something no stuntman had ever survived. 32-year-old Joseph Boris, or Amazing Joe, was a self-taught magician from Fresno who had spent years trying to surpass Harry Houdini,
Harry
and become the
Houdini.
greatest escape artist ever. And on this night, the anniversary of Houdini's
Man,
death, he wanted
I
to
never
prove
understand
it.
those
His plan was
freaking
to be handcuffed,
magic tricks.
wrapped in chains,
Where you're like burying yourself alive and then trying to escape with something. Nah. Why risk your life like that? I mean, if it works, I guess it's cool. Like, I wouldn't like pay for someone to, you know, watch possibly die in a way and then just escape at the last moment. But oh well, I guess there's an audience for that. The take was valid, the meta was not true.
locked inside
Exactly.
a transparent plastic coffin, and be buried
Oh,
alive
no.
in a 7-foot grave, all recorded for TV. If everything went according to plan, he would escape in less than a minute. But the problem
Less
was
than a
that
minute.
even Houdini himself had nearly died attempting a version of this stunt in 1915, when the pressure of dirt got so overwhelming that he lost consciousness and had to be pulled out by his assistants before he died of suffocation. Joe, however, had already survived a simpler version of the stunt a year before in Oregon, where he escaped from a wooden
Wow.
coffin buried
He
under
already
dirt.
did one.
That success gave him the confidence to go bigger. So, for the Fresno performance,
bigger,
Joe
go
added
better.
something even Houdini never used: wet concrete. But during the
Wet
days leading
concrete?
up to the stunt, one
Oh,
small
hell no.
detail had already hinted that Joe may have been taking too big of a risk. Still, when Joe arrived on
Wet
location in
concrete?
a white tuxedo and white shoes, he gave the crowd no reason to think the stunt was in doubt. In the crowd were members of his family, including his 13 and 10-year-old sons,
Oh,
which
no.
made it seem like Joe had everything under control.
Even his
So,
sons?
in front of everyone, he let his assistants handcuff him and wrap
Ain't no
chains
way.
around him before sealing him inside the transparent plastic coffin. Once the lid was locked, the coffin was lowered into the
How long does it take for like concrete to harden up? Because if that concrete like hardens or starts to harden, you're screwed, right?
7-foot grave, and his assistants began shoveling dirt into the hole until there was about 3 feet worth. Then a cement truck pulled in and poured about 3 feet of wet concrete on top. The plan was for Joe to free himself before the wet cement fully dried up and trapped his escape route. But as soon as the hole was filled to the edge, the dirt and concrete both suddenly dropped about 2 feet as witnesses heard the coffin shatter somewhere beneath all that
hell
weight.
no.
It was a cold night anyway, but and when it sunk, I just knew it's trouble. We're in trouble. And it's not fun
Get the freaking
anymore.
concrete out.
The crowd that had been waiting for Joe to climb out now watched the crew rush back in and start digging through the same dirt and concrete they had just buried
Okay,
him under.
concrete just hardens
Unfortunately,
really
by
fast.
the time rescuers pulled him
Apparently.
from the ground, he had already passed away. Pathologists later found concrete under his fingernails, suggesting that even after the coffin gave way, Joe may have still been trying to dig himself out. But the most disturbing part is that this collapse wasn't some freak accident no one could have seen coming. Joe's entire plan depended on him escaping the coffin in under a minute.
What is it, like a
because
glass
once
coffin
the
or
concrete
something?
covered him, there was almost no room for delay. But during practice, the same escape had taken 5 minutes. On top of that, the plastic coffin had already cracked during one
It's
of the
a
earlier
plastic
practice
coffin.
runs. But instead of replacing it, Joe patched it up himself
Wow.
using glue from a hardware store. Even Joe's
Are
own
you
assistant later
serious?
said that patched it
There
already
ain't no
cracked
way. So they did the test like runs or attempts, I guess. The freaking plastic coffin already cracked, and instead of like replacing it as a whole, he just glued it up with super glue from the hardware store. You can't make this up.
The same escape had
You
taken
can't make this
5
up.
minutes. On top of that, the plastic coffin had already cracked during one of the earlier practice runs.
Ain't no
But
way.
instead of replacing it, Joe patched it up himself using glue from a hardware store. Even Joe's own assistant later said that he never calculated the combined weight of the dirt and wet concrete together, and that his only test of the coffin's strength was jumping on it. To give you a rough idea, if the grave covered about the same footprint as the coffin, the 3 feet of dirt alone would have weighed close to 4,000 pounds. Then the wet concrete added another 7,500 pounds on top of that. So by the time
I was
the
about to
grave
say,
was filled,
concrete is
the plastic
heavy as hell.
coffin was holding roughly 11,500 pounds of weight, which, to put things into perspective, is almost the same weight as an adult elephant. As the coffin collapsed, all that pressure dropped directly on Joe. The Fresno County Coroner's Office ruled his death as asphyxia caused by compression of his chest. In the end, Joe Boris died on the same night as the magician he had spent his whole career trying to surpass.
Dang. The same night as Houdini.
At around
With his
9:30
family, his wife, I believe, and his sons watching.
p.m. on May 28, 1982,
Alright, next story, guys.
viewers in Phoenix, Arizona had their regular programming interrupted by an unscheduled broadcast on KOOL.
Us to relay to you. Mr. Gwynn, is it all right for our guest to leave the studio now? All right, you may leave now.
On the screen was veteran news director Bill Close, sitting next to a man he addressed as only Mr. Gwynn and reading aloud from a handwritten script.
He's a kidnapper?
This is the script that Mr. Gwynn gave me, and I'm going to read it verbatim. And anytime you wish to interrupt me,
The words jumped between country music singers, religious prophecies, civil war, and a coming World War III. To the viewers watching at home, the broadcast looked strange enough on its own, but what they couldn't see was a .38 caliber rifle aimed directly at Bill's stomach
God.
beneath the desk. The man sitting beside him was 28-year-old Joseph Billy Gwynn, and roughly 4.5 hours earlier, he had forced his way into the KOOL building carrying that revolver and a small portable television monitor. The first person he came across was production assistant Nancy Petranka, whom he confronted before pushing past her and forcing his way deeper into the station, where another employee named Louis Villa stepped in his way and tried to stop him. But Joseph pistol whipped him across the head, locked him into a chokehold, and dragged him straight onto the set where Bill and 2 other station employees were preparing to go live for the evening news. With 4 employees now under his control, Joseph fired a single shot into the ceiling to prove his weapon was real. But when Bill asked what he wanted, Joseph's answer only raised more questions.
In visions and dreams, how God showed me what was going to happen in the future. Those cities are going to be built and there's going to be destroyed. There's going to be
dang.
civil war. And
He's a time traveler.
America's going to be divided up.
By then, the people inside the station had already realized they were dealing with someone whose grip on reality was slipping badly. Over the next several hours, Bill worked the phone with police negotiators, carefully relaying Joseph's demand to appear on television and have his statement read live on air. And every time he spoke to police, he had to walk back over to Joseph and calm him down before he started believing he was being stalled or ignored. But as the hours dragged on, Joseph became increasingly convinced that the station had no intention of broadcasting his message. And the longer he waited, the more desperate he became. So, with Joseph growing more unstable and a loaded revolver still pressed against Louis, police finally agreed to let him go live on air with Bill at around 9:30 p.m.
My name is Joe Gwynn. I am a watchman. Read the 33rd chapter of Ezekiel. This is about the story
Oh god,
of
he's the
10
Lul.
prophets.
Yep, he is.
For the next 21 minutes, Bill read Joseph's 11-page, almost incoherent
11
statement
page.
live to the
And
people
you
of
don't know
Phoenix.
what's on there, but you just
The 10
have to read it
prophets are
because
Johnny
you're
Cash,
literally on
Johnny
gunpoint.
Millsap, Eddie Rabbit, Barbara Mondrell, Joe Gwynn, the traitor. The Arizona Republic and Phoenix Gazette can verify this story. 16 years ago in September, about the 25th of 1966, all of these people's names above meet at the same time, including me. I was almost 13 years old. We all meet, and we're together at the same hour. Mysteriously, I was the only one who knew what it was about. The others didn't. I did.
The more Bill read, the harder the message became to follow, drifting from biblical prophecy into Islamophobic rambling.
Then the angel shows me a book about me and the life I was supposed to live. The angel told me the story about the 10 prophets. Then he told me I was a watchman, Ezekiel chapter 33. The angel told me I would meet all these people, the 10 prophets, the country singers. This is these people's part they have in this. Back to the beginning. Islam used sociology on our people. Islam is using this sociology on children. They used it on my generation.
What is that
to
thing
start the
that is
hippie
like
movement
next to him?
and drugs.
He was carrying
and
you
on
with him?
today's generation to turn them into punks and punk rockers by hypnotism.
As the statement went on, Joseph's prophecies got even more bizarre.
I'm hoping the
describing
people
an
will
American
escape.
Civil War and a Third World War that he
Or are
believes were
left
coming
alive.
in the years ahead.
Islam is going to blow these cities up with atomic bombs. These 5 cities are Cyclops in Pennsylvania, Ominix in Arkansas, Yosemite in Nebraska, Isolox or Itchabad in Idaho, and Snix in New Mexico. All these cities will be isolated. After this happens, there will be civil war in America. The United States will be
Dang.
divided up into 4 countries. World War III will start in the fall of 1988. Edward Kennedy will lead the United States.
What do you even do in
World
this
War III.
situation?
He will be the next president.
literally
and
can't
be
do
elected
anything
2 terms. The
he's
angel
holding
said
you
we
at gunpoint.
could unite and fight these Muslims there, Islam and their allies.
But the clearest sign of how far gone Joseph was came from the small monitor he had brought with him. Throughout the broadcast,
Oh, that's
he
a
kept
monitor.
checking it to make sure the station was actually airing his message, as if the only thing Joseph trusted in that room was the version of reality playing out in his own.
Oh, now I see. So he brought his own monitor to see if it's like really on air. Wait, what? They had freaking portable TVs back then? That's kind of cool.
own mind message with him. Throughout the broadcast, he kept checking it to make sure the station was actually airing his message, as if the only thing Joseph trusted in that room was the version of reality playing out in his own mind. When Bill finished reading the final page, Joseph calmly handed Bill the revolver and surrendered without resistance.
Oh, thank God.
I got a sweaty palm. I want to shake hands with you.
You really do, huh?
You bet. I told you I was playing this fair. Did you think you didn't trust me? All this...
Get that freaking revolver and hold him at
Put
gunpoint.
down the guns. I have the gun. Back off with the guns.
By that point, every person in that studio had spent almost 5 hours trapped inside a situation that could have changed any moment Joseph stopped believing Bill was on his side. Joseph was later charged with 4 counts of armed kidnapping, 3 counts of aggravated assault, and first-degree burglary. But after pleading no contest, he was declared legally insane and committed to the Arizona State Hospital. However, Joseph was released just 6 months later, despite
6 months?
prosecutors and even some of the psychiatrists involved
Why?
warning that they weren't convinced he was safe to be back out in public. And 2 years after the hostage crisis, the same delusions appeared again. Joseph was arrested at a Phoenix convenience store after assaulting and threatening 2 clerks
Oh my
while
God.
screaming that Johnny Cash was going to kill his family.
Johnny
This
Cash?
time, the arrest triggered a probation violation from the original hostage case. Joseph was sent to prison, and he wouldn't be released until 2005, more than 2 decades after he first walked into that newsroom with a gun.
And what about now?
On March 5th,
Is he still alive or not? Bro, you have a phone that's arguably cooler than a per table. I mean, obviously, because we're living in the freaking 2020s now, but like back in the day, what was it? Like in the 90s or 80s maybe? I don't know when it was. Having a portable TV was kind of a flex, isn't it? I mean, yeah, obviously we now have a mini portable TV, but like, dang.
5th, 1989, a local news crew.
I'm pretty sure he would have got all the freaking girls. All right, next story. So we have, how many do we have? 2 or 3 already?
On March 5th, 1989.
I love these videos. Freaking love these videos.
A local news crew in Moncks Corner, South Carolina was filming the third day of the search for 5-year-old Justin Lee Turner.
Fair enough.
2 days earlier,
Yes.
Justin's stepmother, Pamela Turner, had called the Berkeley County Sheriff.
Also, by the way, there was this crazy like story in the Netherlands. It's kind of been going viral, like a news story where at first they said it was a 13-year-old girl, but it's now a 15-year-old girl that murdered her parents over here in the Netherlands. It's a pretty wild story. They kind of like, I think they're now investigating why she did it, but yeah, apparently there was like something like not fully right with the kid. Because she acted like as she was an animal or something. She identified as an animal, and she was like in the transition of going from a girl to a boy or the other way around. I don't know. There was like things going on with her, and yeah, she just apparently just straight up like killed her both of her parents, which is kind of crazy. So at first they said it was a 13-year-old girl, but now it appears that she is 15 years old, which is still crazy. But damn, I don't know. Misery Machine has some crazy grisly stories if y'all want to check them out. Yeah, sure. Misery Machine. We can watch that after this. But yeah, that's like a super big story right now going viral. I think they at least arrested her, but now they're like researching or investigating like why she did it and whatnot.
Office after he never came home from school. According to Pamela, Justin had left that morning to catch the bus from a neighbor's property a few hundred yards away. According
sorry,
to
let me,
Pulitzer, this 1980.
I just gotta go from the beginning real quick.
On March 5th, 1989, a local news crew
1989.
in Moncks Corner, South Carolina was filming the third day of the search for 5-year-old Justin Lee Turner. 2 days earlier, Justin's stepmother, Pamela Turner, had called the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office after he never came home from school. According to Pamela, Justin had left that morning to catch the bus from a neighbor's property a few hundred yards away. But when the bus returned that
the infamous school. Do school buses in the US still look like that? Like those yellow big buses and stuff? I felt like I've heard something similar to that before. Could be. I don't know. It's been going crazy right now, or it's been getting pretty big in the Netherlands.
Noon, he wasn't on it. And once police checked with the school and other witnesses, they learned that he never made it to the bus that morning.
Oh.
For the next 2 days, local police, the Berkeley County Rescue Squad, and dozens of volunteers searched the area around the Turner property off Horseshoe Road. They combed through the woods surrounding the home and checked sheds, storage spaces, and abandoned structures across the property, but still found no sign of Justin. By the morning of March 5th, search crews were getting ready to spend another full day going back around the same ground while a local TV crew from WCBD followed them around documenting the search.
Go all the way, cross.
By it, the search barely lasted 5 minutes as Justin's father, Victor Lee Turner, walked up to an old camper on the family's property.
Just a hinge that I have, just a feeling. I have a feeling at least it's like I think it was his stepmom in the beginning, or his father is gonna have something to do with it. I don't know. Though I feel like those stories always have this like crazy twist that you just don't expect.
And looked inside.
I'm just gonna call it right now.
Oh, something's in there.
Everybody stand back.
What?
Everybody stand back.
Inside a cabinet in the camper was the body of 5-year-old Justin Lee Turner.
Oh, hell
And
no.
in the few seconds caught by the TV crew right after the discovery, Victor may have revealed something he never intended to. The Turner property was immediately locked down as a crime scene. State agents started searching through the camper
He
in the
never
family's
intended
home,
to.
checking for fingerprints and trying to figure out how Justin ended up hidden there in the first place. Autopsy results later showed that Justin was strangled to death. But the physical evidence from the camper led nowhere, and the case went on to stall for years to come.
It's gonna be his
Without
father.
any solid lead, attention slowly shifted back to the moment Justin was found. Investigators found that, according to reports, the camper had already been searched during the first 2 days Justin was missing, and nothing had been found inside. So, if those earlier searches were done properly, then someone had placed Justin's body there after the search was already underway, while police, volunteers, and reporters were still moving around the property. That meant the killer had enough access to the Turner property to return to the camper without being noticed. Even the footage
A whole
captured
lot
by
of
the
access
TV
to the
crew added
property?
to that suspicion. When Victor looked inside the camper, he didn't seem to rush in to check whether Justin was still alive. He didn't even call out his name or try to pull him out.
Oh, hell no. That's
He
sus
backed
as
away
hell.
almost immediately.
That is
as
so
if he already
sus.
knew what he was going to find. Now, to be fair, there's no single normal way for a parent to react to something like that. But investigators still found the behavior difficult to ignore, especially considering how quickly Victor went straight to the camper once the search resumed, then located Justin within seconds,
so he
despite
immediately
the camper
went to the
having
place.
multiple drawers and cabinets. But despite all of these observations, the suspicion around Victor
Why,
and
though?
Pamela still wasn't enough to hold up in court. Most of what pointed toward them was circumstantial, and without physical evidence separating normal family contact from the day Justin died, investigators had no way to turn those suspicions into something they could actually prove. As the years passed and the case went cold, Victor and Pamela eventually left Berkeley County and moved to South Carolina's upstate. And according to investigators, neither of them ever contacted law enforcement again to ask about the case or whether any progress had been made. For decades, that was where the suspicion stayed. But years later, a new possibility emerged that hinted at something far more chilling than a family cover-up. In September 2023, a law professor at the University of Virginia and her students were mapping the movements of serial killer Richard Mark Ivanitz when one of them uncovered something unexpected. Richard had served in the Navy, and after tracking down naval records, the student found that the ship he was assigned to arrived in Charleston on March 3, 1989, the same day Justin vanished. Monk's Corner, where the Turners lived, was only about a 50-minute drive from the port. And once researchers started comparing Richard's known crimes to Justin's case, the similarities became difficult to ignore. But just like the theory surrounding the Turners, there was still no physical evidence directly tying Richard to Justin's death. Unfortunately, the police couldn't question him because by that time, Richard had already been dead for more than 20 years. He had lost his life in a police chase in Florida in 2002 after one of his kidnapping victims escaped and identified him to authorities. To make matters worse, his body was cremated and his ashes scattered, leaving no way to test his DNA against anything from Justin's case. So instead of pulling suspicion away from the Turners, the theory only left investigators stuck between two possibilities that were both disturbing in completely different ways. Either someone close to Justin had killed him and hidden his body back on the property while the search was already happening, or a serial killer from outside had somehow entered that same space without leaving proof behind. The answer remained uncertain for decades, until investigators announced what looked like the first real break in the case in 35 years.
It's kind of
Using
crazy to
newer
think
forensic
about
testing
how long these
methods,
cases are going on.
investigators re-examined the
And
microscope.
after like decades, years, they find this one clue that like can solve like everything, the whole case.
Fibers recovered from Justin's shirt and compared them to a rope found inside the Turner home. According to them, the fibers were consistent with the possibility that the same rope had been used to strangle him. Shortly afterwards, 68-year-old Victor and 63-year-old Pamela Turner were both arrested and charged with Justin's murder in January 2024. And for the first time in decades, it looked like the case might finally be heading towards some kind of answer. But just a few months later, it fell apart again. In June 2024, Judge Roger Young dismissed the charges with prejudice, ruling that after 35 years, with over 20 witnesses either dead or unable to testify and no real new evidence on the table,
all the
there was no way
witnesses
to give
died.
the Turners a fair trial. Because it was dismissed with prejudice, the decision was permanent and the charges can never be refiled. So, after everything, the mystery of Justin's murder landed right where it started in 1989, and those few seconds of footage captured by WCBD may still be the closest thing this case ever gets to an answer.
Dang. So because everyone died and they're just 39 years, he said, 1989, and in 2024 they got arrested. That's insane how long these cases can go on.
On the morning of June 26, 1990,
What an unsatisfying ending, though. Just lock them up for life, for the rest of their life, and be over with them, I guess. I wouldn't know. I'm pretty sure you're talking about these school buses, right? Yeah.
95, viewers in Mason
The
City,
iconic yellow school buses from the US.
Iowa tuned into their regular Monday morning newscast on KIMT.
Good Monday morning. Welcome to Daybreak. It's June 26th. I'm Jody Huisentrude.
And I'm Kevin Skarupa. Good morning, everybody. And
Coming up, a wild weather weekend.
On screen was 27-year-old news anchor Jody Huisentrude, smiling through the early morning broadcast with her co-host Kevin Skarupa. The two hosts talked lightheartedly as they discussed the weather for the day ahead. At the time, there was no reason for anyone watching to remember these moments, but this would soon become the last broadcast Jody would ever appear in. The next morning, Jody was supposed to arrive at the station by 3:30 a.m. to prepare for the 6 a.m. newscast. But when she didn't show up, producer Amy Kunz called her apartment at around 4:10 a.m. Jody answered, sounding like she had just woken up. She said she had overslept and told Amy she would be right there. That was the last confirmed contact anyone ever had with Jody Huisentrude. By 6 a.m., when Jody still hadn't arrived, Amy was forced to anchor the show without her. And that alone was enough to worry the newsroom, because Jody had never missed a newscast before. Shortly after 7 a.m., her coworkers called the police. When officers arrived at her apartment, the reason she never made it to work became clear within minutes. Jody's car was still parked just outside her apartment building, but everything around it suggested she had been attacked right as she was trying to leave. Scattered around the car were her belongings, including her shoes, blow dryer, hairspray can, earrings, and a bent car key. Nearby officers also found drag marks on the pavement and clear signs of a struggle. When investigators spoke to the people in the apartment complex, some residents said they had heard screams around the time Jody would have been leaving for work. Another resident reported seeing a white Ford Econoline van idling nearby. But none of those details reached police until after Jody was already gone. By the time they pieced everything together, they had an idea of what could have taken place. She probably made it to her car and was unlocking the front door when someone attacked her from behind, explaining the bent car key. But finding who did it would prove to be a far more challenging task. With no usable fingerprints, tire tracks, or clear eyewitnesses, investigators turned their attention to the people in Jody's life to find the answer.
Not even on the car or
first name
something?
to draw serious attention was 49-year-old John Van Sice. The night before she disappeared, Jody had gone to his home to watch a video from a surprise birthday party he had thrown for her 2 weeks earlier. On its own, nothing about that visit seemed unusual. But to some of Jody's friends, John's feelings towards her had started to seem strange. Even though they both described the relationship as a friendship, people around her sensed that his attachment to Jody was turning into an obsession, to the point that he even named his boat after her. So naturally,
that's where it usually
vanished
starts,
just
the
hours after
obsession
leaving his home,
with someone
all
else.
this context turned him into a potential suspect. But that suspicion never turned into proof. John cooperated with investigators, provided DNA, passed a polygraph test, and years later, police even placed GPS trackers on his vehicles to see if his movements might lead them somewhere. But none of it produced anything tying him to Jody's disappearance. And as it turned out, John wouldn't be the last person in Jody's life whose attachment to her caught investigators' attention. However, for the next 2 years, every possible lead investigators came across seemed to end in a similar way. Close enough to raise questions, not strong enough to answer them. This went on until 1997, when a new name entered the investigation. A man named Tony Jackson was arrested in the Minneapolis area around that time. When police looked backward through his timeline, 2 details stood out immediately. At the time Jody disappeared, Tony had been living in Mason City, only 2 blocks from the KAMT station where she worked, and close enough to her apartment for the connection to matter. On top of that, the nature of his confirmed crimes involved stalking, abducting, and sudden violence against women, which fit the kind of offender who could have walked in an apartment parking lot before sunrise and attacked without warning. But once again, the case stopped at the same wall. His DNA didn't match the physical evidence recovered from the scene, and after a full review of the evidence and the polygraph, Mason City police confirmed that he wasn't considered a viable suspect in May of 1999. By then, nearly 4 years had passed without Jody being found, and on May 14, 2001, she was declared legally dead. But the case never really went cold. Her story became one of the most discussed disappearances in the country because of consistent national coverage. But even with that exposure, the investigation would go nearly 3 decades without any breakthrough strong enough to change the direction of the case. Then, in 2025, a Hulu documentary brought another name to the spotlight.
What? That's last year.
This time, the information came from someone who had known Jody since childhood. Patty Niemeyer was one of Jody's closest friends growing up, and she had been married to a man named Brad Millerburn. But according to Patty, Brad had been fixated on Jody throughout their marriage. And this fixation eventually became one of the reasons for their divorce, which was finalized on June 23, 1995, exactly 4 days before Jody disappeared. Once investigators looked closer at Brad, one detail pulled the case back to something witnesses had reported from the very beginning. At the time of the abduction, Brad had access to a white Ford Econoline van which he used for work. It was the same type of vehicle someone had seen near Jody's apartment that morning. Once this connection was established, investigators showed Patty a few sketches of a man who had reportedly been seen around Jody's apartment complex before she disappeared. When Patty looked at these sketches, she seemed confident that they looked like Brad.
That's a pretty accurate sketch, I would say.
Just like every other person of interest in this case, that lead never turned into anything meaningful. Brad denied any involvement with the disappearance and cooperated with investigators. And after multiple interrogations and thorough property searches, officials found no forensic link connecting him to the crime scene.
Again,
so,
nothing?
Even after thousands of tips and several persons of interest over the decades, no one has ever been arrested or charged for Jody's disappearance. And more than 30 years later, the broadcast from the morning of June 26, 1995 still remains the last public record of Jody Huisentrude alive.
Dang. I thought for sure he was it. Whenever they showed like his similar like fan, his white fan. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's unfortunate sometimes, especially for the families, right? That they couldn't like still like identify the suspect or the killer. What did Runic say? Misery Machine. Hold on. Misery Machine has some crazy grisly stories if you want to check it out. Misery Machine. Hold on. Let me look at this. The most mishandled trust fund baby murders her mother to impress. 2 babies, 2 beatings. What is the most popular one? Most mom pimps her 5-year-old daughter to death. The worst parents in Ohio history. Oh god. Mom's new boyfriend. Mother stars daughter while lice eat her alive. Bro, what are these stories? Crazy stories. Okay, do you have one in particular that we should watch, Runic? Do you have one in particular? There are quite a lot. Preferably not obviously one that is like 1 hour long or so. I'm trying to see what kind of like... What? Rat that wanted to eat her kids in the oven? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Their parents cooked them alive. Stepmom bursts girl bowls and CPS doesn't care. 340 pounds foster mom punishes son by laying on... What? Nah, crushed under 340 lbs. I don't know how many kilograms that is. That is probably... Bro, what? You're gonna sit on top of your... If you're like... Wow. What in the world? Oh, what are these stories? Do you have one in mind, Runic, that we can watch? They hid her body in a mattress and slept on her for days. What in the world? Okay, maybe we can try this one. It's 90 minutes long.
20-year-old Mary Santina Collins was born on July 6, 1999. She resided with her grandmother, Mia Alderman, in Charlotte, North Carolina. Mary was described as a lovely young woman who was sweet, energetic, and kind. According to her aunt, Kara Williams, Mary had such a light about her. She also went on to
Oh my god, they hid her body in a mattress and slept on her for days.
Describe her niece as loving and silly. Her elementary school principal, Caroline Horn, described her as a beautiful little girl who always wanted a hug in the hallway. Overall, Mary was just a joy to be around and no one had anything negative to say about her. She was very artistic and enjoyed playing the guitar.
Mary was born with a rare genetic disorder known as 22q11 deletion syndrome, simply known as 22q, which is caused by a small missing piece of the 22nd chromosome. This disorder can affect every system in the human body.
Oh, what?
Most people with 22q have some variation of heart, immune, learning, speech, or behavior difficulties. It is believed to be the second most common genetic disorder behind Down syndrome, yet most people have never heard of it at all.
22q caused Mary
I was
to be
about to
born
say,
with an internal
never
cleft
heard of that.
palate, which caused a severe speech impediment. Due to this, Mary was very shy and would only speak to her close friends and family members. She had poor eyesight and wore glasses, but would often forgo them when dressed up. She also had learning difficulties, which made day-to-day tasks a challenge. Where an average 20-year-old girl could go to the mall and go shopping, this was difficult for Mary to navigate, as she had a hard time counting change and could easily find herself disoriented, even in her own neighborhood.
According to her aunt, Alex Gallo, quote, Mary could take care of herself to an extent, but there was no way in hell she could navigate anything or go out into the world and know where she was going, end quote. Despite this, Mary had been practicing getting around on her own with the help of her family. In her South Charlotte neighborhood, she would use her phone's GPS to navigate her way on walks. She would also Uber to friends' houses, but was by and large dependent on whomever she was with to get her back home.
However, none of this dampened Mary's spirit. She was a beautiful girl that liked to experiment with wigs and makeup like many young women her age. She was an innocent soul. In fact, innocent was a word that often came up while researching Mary's case. According to her Aunt Kara, she had the mentality of a 14 or 15-year-old. Mary also saw the best in everyone, even if they didn't deserve it, even if they were bullying her.
That's a tough question. There was one I remember about the teacher cooking a daughter for 6. Oh my god, that sounds horrible. I don't even know if I could watch that. I mean, I've seen like a lot of disturbing videos on YouTube, but like, wow. I can try to see if I can find it after
Her
this.
trusting nature made her a target for those who would wish to manipulate and take advantage of her kindness.
On March
Manipulate the kind
28,
ones.
2020, 24-year-old Kelly Lavery and her boyfriend, 21-year-old Lavi Pham, invited Mary over to their apartment to hang out. Lavi and Mary had been friends in high school and briefly dated. Now, this invitation was strange because according to Mary's family, Kelly was a jealous mean girl type that had been bullying Mary on social media for months. Apparently, Kelly had been calling Mary disgusting and would encourage her to take her own life. But as we mentioned earlier,
Wait,
Mary
weren't they
saw
friends?
the
Hold on.
friend invited Mary over to their Kelly Lavery
For kindness.
Thought they were friends. There's way worse on the channel, but I'd rather not watch them again. I can see that. I can see that. I've seen just some of the titles that I've seen when I just glimpsed over the videos. Like a mother freaking laying on top of her son, weighing freaking 370 lbs. I don't know how much in kilos that is, but there's probably a lot.
On March 28, 2020, 24-year-old Kelly Lavery and her boyfriend, 21-year-old Lavi Pham, invited Mary over to their apartment to hang out. Lavi and Mary had been friends in high school and briefly dated. Now,
Okay. So it was the
strange
boyfriend.
because according to Mary's family, Kelly was a jealous mean girl type that had been bullying Mary on social media for months. Apparently, Kelly had been calling Mary disgusting and would encourage her to take her own
What a dickhead personality does she have. In 10 years, I will be richer than all of you. Bro, are you gonna write that in your freaking, how do you call this? Like your yearbook or something? Or your graduation stuff that they do in the US? In 10 years, I will be richer than all of you. You got a dickhead mentality. What a douche she is. What up, Jacob? What up? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Are you surviving the heat? We're watching some, some disturbing, spooky video. Not really spooky, but in this case, disturbing videos. We are watching currently. They hid her body in a mattress and slept on her for days. Yeah, I don't know. Runic put me onto this channel, so...
But as we mentioned earlier, Mary saw the best in everyone.
In 10 years, I will be an esports COD player. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nah, I'm kidding, Lo. I mean, if you want to, you can. You just gotta lock in. You gotta lock in.
even if they did not deserve it. The couple lived in an upscale apartment complex known as The Yards in Charlotte's hipster neighborhood known as Noda.
Hey,
At around 2:30
like a nice
p.m.,
place.
the pair sent an Uber to pick up Mary and bring her back to their place as she didn't know how to drive.
Oh, they have bad intentions
Mary's
with her.
grandmother asked the driver not
The
to
girlfriend
take her,
was already like
and the
super
driver
jealous.
replied, "She's grown. I'm taking her." And then the car drove off. Due to the prior bullying, Mia had a bad feeling about this trip.
As I'm sure you'll remember, the end of March was the beginning of many of the 2020 lockdowns across the country. March 28th marked the day
it was
that North
COVID, of
Carolina
course.
Governor Roy Cooper shut down the state. For young adults
COVID
that were
was a
used to
wild
having
time.
a social life, this was particularly difficult. Mary was so excited to go hang out with some friends, even if they had treated her poorly in the past.
However, this wasn't going to be the normal hangout session with friends that Mary had hoped for. The couple bought sushi, one of Mary's favorite foods, and posted videos on social media so that everyone would think that she was fine. The three later joined up with Jimmy Salerno, a friend of Kelly and Lavi. According to the publication The Queen City Nerve, things went south after Mary declined to participate.
If you want to become an esports COD player, then you have to play COD all the time. That's too much. Sometimes I agree. Obviously, if it's like your favorite game and stuff, it's pretty cool that you can like earn money with it. But still, I could never play one game for like literally every day, a couple of hours. Like I need some variation in my gaming.
In a three-way with Kelly and Lavi. Allegedly upset
That would be
about
too
the
much
rejection, the
for me
couple
as well.
sought Jimmy's help and used Xanax to drug Mary.
Xanax.
While Mary was incapacitated, the three of them brutally attacked her, which resulted in her death.
The couple tied Mary up, put a dog leash around her neck,
Oh my god.
and beat her in the bathtub. According to her
Disgusting.
autopsy report, Mary was tortured and stabbed upwards of 133 times.
Wow.
With stab wounds covering her entire body.
What
Many
in the
of these
world?
wounds were shallow in nature, too shallow to hit an organ or a major artery.
And she just wanted to hang out with friends.
This in mind, it's
Those
reasonable
are some
to conclude
evil people.
that Mary suffered in fear and agony for some time before she finally succumbed to
girl.
her wounds. Her
What a
cause of
disgusting
death was
behavior.
listed as multiple sharp trauma injuries. As the autopsy report and probable cause affidavit are over 30 pages long, we'll have links for you to view those in the show notes if you wish to learn more.
Jimmy then called 18-year-old America Deal to help clean up the mess. However, America didn't really know Jimmy. He was just somebody that she had met on Tinder. They covered Mary's body with Cascade dish detergent and pumpkin spice shower gel to mask the smell of decomposition. Mary was then wrapped in duct tape, saran wrap, and then placed into a trash bag.
The four of them decided to go one step further.
Oh,
They
hell no.
carefully placed the trash bag inside of the couple's mattress. They planned to later
Wow.
dispose of the mattress by burning it, and allegedly Lavi was trying to pay someone to help him get rid of it. According to America Deal, Kelly Lavery was the ringleader and was giving orders to everyone else. As
She
far
already
as
had a
what
grudge
should
on
be
her.
done.
When Mary
Making
didn't
fun of her
return
online
home,
and
nor
stuff,
did she respond to her
being
grandmother's
jealous.
calls or texts, Mia Alderman tracked her granddaughter's cell phone down. It was easy for her to see that Mary's last known usage was at the Yards, as they shared a family plan. Mary also went dark.
If you wanna, but I don't like Warzone. I'm a multiplayer and zombies guy. I mean, you don't have to like Warzone, right? There's a whole esport literally focused on multiplayer. In zombies, though, I'm not sure. Probably not zombies. But let's hope I like DMZ and MW4. Yeah, true. Anyway, why you always watch those creepy videos? It's not really comfortable to watch. I'm sorry, Jacob. It's just so interesting to me always. I don't know. For some reason, I'm really. They always get me hooked on watching them. I'm sorry, Jacob. We'll do some gaming afterwards. But for now, you gotta toughen up, my boy. You gotta toughen up.
on social media, which was unlike her.
Nah,
Really, it's
to be honest, some of the videos that only from the title alone, they look very disturbing. So we're not gonna watch them probably today. Today, you know.
Like any 20-year-old, especially one that's having a night out with friends.
However, due to the fact that Lavi had posted the video on social media of the trio eating sushi and having a good time together, Mia chalked Mary's lack of contact up to her forgetting her charger and her battery dying on her. At the time, Mia had also become preoccupied with getting enough groceries and goods for quarantine. As I'm sure you'll remember, this was quite a chaotic time.
Dang.
But
Even in the
after more
Netherlands, it
time
was a crazy
passed,
time.
Mia decided to pick up her granddaughter. Upon arriving at the yards, Mia looked around for some clue as to where Mary could be. She found a mailbox with Kelly's name and apartment number, then went to buzz herself in. When nobody answered, Mia stood outside, waiting until another resident let her in the building. Once in, she rushed to the 3rd floor and knocked on the door, screaming Mary's name. She was met by Kelly Lavery and Lavi Pham, who told Mia that Mary had already left. The grandmother was certain that this could not be true, as Mary's disability made it highly unlikely that she would have left on her own.
Dang.
Furthermore, Mary needed her phone to navigate about town, and it hadn't been active since her arrival at the apartment. Mary had also broken her glasses prior to the weekend, and wouldn't have been able to go far without them by herself.
Armed with this information, Mia filed a missing persons report with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department at 11 p.m. on March 30th. According to the CMPD, more than 3,500 people are reported missing in Charlotte annually.
Wow, annually?
70% are teenagers.
What the hell happens in Charlotte?
While the other 30% are adults, and on average, less than 10 per year end up being the result of foul play. According to the website, quote, "Being a missing person is not a crime. Adults can go missing if they choose to," end quote. However, Mary's family felt that filing a missing persons report didn't make sense, as they knew Mary was still in the apartment, and worked diligently to explain to the detective assigned to the case that she was in extreme danger.
Not knowing what else to do, Mia followed CMPD protocol.
Anyway, I ordered thuisbezorgd again, bro. There ain't no way. What's that, Jacob? Yeah, it's a home. It's like basically home food delivery in the Netherlands. But this time it's not McDonald's. I got tired of fish burgers. I don't want to eat the same food all the time. I ordered Turkish halal food. That's crazy. This guy orders every single day, bro. It's like it's freaking 3 in the afternoon. It is 3 p.m. and this guy is ordering food already. That's insane. Or did you order for dinner? What you mean 3,500 yearly? Yeah, bro.
Went
what?
Home to file the police
That's insane, bro. Charlotte, Phoenix.
Report, believing the police would then go inside and
3,500
However, according to Mia, quote,
annually.
"The officer who responded to my call goes into the apartment and knocks on the door. There was no response, and so she left," end quote.
Aware of the lack of urgency on CMPD's part, Mia kept a rotation going at the apartment complex, with at least one family member or friend always watching who was coming and going. At one point, Lavi let Mia and Mary's mother, Casey Del Pezzo, into the apartment to look for Mary. Now, Mia was not allowed in the back bedroom, but Casey was quickly guided through by an agitated Lavi. Eventually, Joshua Gaskin, the detective handling Mary's case, told the family to stop harassing the couple. However, the family, understandably, refused to ease up on them.
Obviously.
Detective Gaskin's inaction also caused surveillance footage from the yards to be lost. Mia asked the detective to see the footage from the apartment complex's cameras from the 28th through the 30th to confirm whether Mary had left. Now, according to Mia, Detective Gaskins told her they would need a warrant, though she found out later that that information was inaccurate. On April 3rd, Mia was given permission by the complex's corporate office to view the footage without a warrant. By this time, however, a new month had started. March 28th had been completely erased.
Overall, Detective...
I think it was also over here that you need a warrant in order to view like public, or I don't know if it's public or private like camera footage. Or maybe not. Maybe I could be wrong. Yeah, I lost $500 from ordering from Typezor. I got a $500? What do you mean? In the last month? Nah, that's insane. I just can't help it, bro. The food from this Bezor are so good, bro. the food from Time Zone isn't even all that like super good. You're just used to it, I guess. And I also gained 10 kilos. I was 16 kilos, now I'm 70 kilos. Damn. I mean, it depends on like your age and how tall you are, I guess. But like, even gaining 10 kilos is insane, Jacob. You gotta hit the gym, bro.
Gaskin did
You
not
gotta hit the
take
gym,
Mary's
some cardio.
case seriously at all. He became exasperated with the family, even once blurting out to Mia, "Do you understand that she's..."
But by the way, $500. What do you mean? Like in the last month or weeks?
Not in there. Despite countless family members begging for help, Detective Gaskin took one tip seriously.
The smell was
According
that,
to Mia,
like good.
somebody called in and told the detective that Mary had done this before and that she runs off with guys all of the time.
Wow.
Not only was this allegation not true, but was nearly impossible given her disorder.
A false allegation.
And neither Detective Gaskin nor any other CMPD officials ever called to confirm the claim with them. Around the same time, Jimmy Salerno became...
I love how this guy is just like dead
began
serious.
bragging about the crime to others. He even went as far as to claim that he had pictures of Mary's body on his phone. In turn, the witnesses reported their findings to the CMPD on April 2nd. They then met with Lavi Pham at the couple's Noda apartment, and they were allowed to conduct
what a
a
mess.
search.
Jeez.
Lavi's
Your
level
goddamn
of
apartment.
hubris was so disgusting. He walked the detectives to the master bedroom himself and lifted the mattress in front of them. There was no Mary. And believing that she wasn't in the apartment, the police left empty-handed.
On April 4th, the
She already
witness
got
that
rid
had
of
filed
her.
the report
They already got
contacted
rid of her.
them back along with a second witness, insisting that Mary was indeed in the mattress. The CMPD returned to the yard, this time armed with a search warrant. When they opened up the mattress, they found Mary's body wrapped in a black trash
hell
bag,
no.
which had been
Never mind.
extremely well concealed. Mary's bank card and ID were hidden in the bedroom under a stack of papers, and blood was located throughout the master bedroom and bath. Saran wrap, duct tape, and a box of contractor-grade trash bags were also located in the apartment. This same day, Lavi posted a picture to his now banned Twitter account of a cartoon duck holding a knife with one single word: yes.
Kelly Lavery, Lavi Pham, and Jimmy
Locked them
Salerno
all up
were arrested on
for
April
life.
5th and charged with homicide, kidnapping, and concealment of a death. The couple were arrested in their apartment, with Kelly being so intoxicated from drugs that police had to shake her to wake her up. Jimmy was taken into custody at his home in the University neighborhood. Jimmy was also charged with driving while impaired and possession with intent to sell or deliver Schedule II drugs.
What the hell, the cat?
It was not
mic?
listed exactly what drugs he had on him. He had prior arrests for armed robbery and drug possession as a teenager. Kelly, too, had a prior record for simple assault.
America Deal turned herself into authorities in Colorado after learning that an arrest warrant had been issued. She was charged with felony accessory after the fact and concealment of a death, and was extradited back to North Carolina. She bonded out on September 18th, 2021, and is now living with family in Clover, North Carolina. As of the date of this recording, only Kelly Lavery has been convicted, and it was because she took a plea deal. She pled guilty to second-degree homicide and was sentenced to 25 to 32 years in prison. She's currently being held at the Anson Correctional Institution with a projected release date of June 22nd, 2047. She will be 52 years old. Plenty of time for her to live the life that she stole from Mary.
I am so sorry that you're hurting.
Nah, lock them all up for life. Life in prison. A life for a life. But maybe I'm too harsh for the justice system. I order every day. I got used to it. Every day? Last month and this month I order every day. Damn, what the hell, bro? That's insane. This guy is... You know how much freaking gains you could have bought for $500? Those people are sick. They... wait, but this is the last time I will not order it anymore. I lost $500. That's too much, bro. $500 on freaking home delivery by ordering every day. This guy, you know how freaking much gains you could have bought from that. Those people are sick. They murder her and also make a joke on Twitter. Yeah, bro. Those people are insane. They're out of their mind. They don't deserve to even freaking live a normal life anymore. They just need to be locked up. The girl just, you know, she had like this sort of like syndrome 20s. I don't know. She was like missing a now hoping I'm saying this correct, but like a chromosome or something, which made it like hard for her to navigate. She had like bad eyesight. You know, she had like all kinds of complications, and she was also very shy by meeting new people. She only like really talked with people she knew and trusted, I guess. And yeah, she was finally happy to see some friends during the COVID, because it happened all during COVID. And they just made use of her. They just used her and ended up killing her. Well, she did nothing wrong, presumably.
Stuff is a tragedy.
Another reason why I also don't agree with Batman Matt is some villains can get redemption. They are pure evil and sick in the head. I agree with Punisher. Punisher is a real hero. I need to watch the Punisher series. I've heard good things about it. The Punisher will also be in the new Spider-Man movie. They released a trailer. Obviously, we're not gonna watch it because we all know what happens when I'm watching a YouTube or a movie trailer.
That you're hurting. Mary's death is a tragedy. It never should have happened, and I wish there was something I could do to take away your pain.
According to a spokesperson from the DA's office, quote, plea arrangements provide crime victims and their families a level of finality that they may not receive with the trial, particularly by avoiding the inherent uncertainties involved in the outcome of any given jury trial. Additionally, plea offers ensure that a defendant takes responsibility for their crime and is held accountable for their actions. Our office offers plea arrangements in nearly every case and has done so even before experiencing pandemic-related court closures. We currently have approximately 350 defendants facing pending homicide charges.
Wow.
Of those, 116 have pled not guilty and are awaiting trial, end quote. However, this didn't sit well with Mary's family. According to her grandmother, Mia Alderman, quote, nobody is going to tell me that the value of Mary's life is 25 years.
Exactly.
Mary matters more than that.
Way more.
End quote.
Due to lockdowns, Mary's family couldn't provide her with the funeral that they wanted to give her. Due to the state of her body, they couldn't even see her.
What do y'all think? A person would like kill someone or end someone's life with like bad intent, like literally intentionally, like not an accident. We're talking about like intentionally with bad intentions and stuff. How much should they serve, in your opinion? Someone that literally took someone's life. How much would y'all say is justified for them to be serving?
One last time to say goodbye. On July 5th, 2020, the eve of her 21st birthday, Mary's family held a small, private graveside service. Only 10 people were allowed to attend due to regulations. According to an Instagram post, she was buried with a rose from her grandmother's favorite rose bush, a tin containing holy water from her great-grandmother's funeral, a rosary, an item blessed by Mother Teresa, and a relic. Mary's family is now seeking justice through their organization Mary's Voice, which seeks policy change in missing persons investigations, especially when they involve differently abled individuals. Because Mary was never truly missing and was believed to be held against her will for some unknown time, her family wants different protocols put in place that allows those closest to the victims to have more say over whether the person reported missing is deemed to be in immediate danger.
In 2007, North Carolina implemented the Silver Alert system. This was intended to
Punisher don't kill innocent, he only kills criminals, and I respect
people
that.
who suffer from Alzheimer's
Exactly.
or other cognitive impairments that make them susceptible to harm. A case only qualifies for a Silver Alert if the subject meets all of these criteria. 1. The person is believed to be missing. 2. They have dementia, Alzheimer's disease, or a disability that requires them to be protected from potential abuse or other physical harm, neglect, or exploitation. 3. A legal custodian has reported the person missing to local law enforcement. And 4. The local law enforcement agency has then reported the incident to the North Carolina Center for Missing Persons.
The North Carolina Center for Missing Persons is the only
What is this? Why are they talking about the is this not about the story anymore? For Batman, he is so lame that people die by saving villains and by not killing Joker. I remember you were a big laser of Batman back in the day, Jacob. Life, they deserve to rot in prison for 100 years. Same thing goes for school shooters. Those people are, yeah, they are sick in the head. So, what do y'all say about like they needing like life imprisonment and actually having to provide food, waste money on them, or would y'all like rather just end their life, like a life for a life? Would y'all like let them rot in prison and waste money on them, food, care, and give them like shelter, basically still in prison, or just end it, a life for a life? Being a hero is bullshit. Invincible reference. That's what I was thinking as well. Like, what's the point of keeping villains alive? If they escape the prison again, then they kill people again. Yeah, true. Yeah, Runic, I learned that from Invincible. I don't like Batman anymore because he let people suffer by keeping Joker alive. Yeah, Batman just, I don't know what he has against Joker is literally his biggest like enemy, and the biggest villain in for Batman, and he just still keeps him alive. Okay, we're gonna be watching one more, and then we'll do some gaming. Now this one, I want to find the one that Runic said, of like cooking someone's like what? Baron's Dumper. Oh god, wait, hold on. I don't know if I want to watch this. This may be too much. Parents dump her body in kitchen while guests eat. Oh, hell no. That may be too much. Now, obviously, it is like probably well edited and stuff. So it's like, you can watch it for YouTube purposes. But other than that, oh my god, the story even like sounds messed up. That is too light. Rot in prison. I mean, that is true. Like, ending their life is kind of like they're too easy off. But like, you got to think, you're also wasting money, resources, and stuff on those people that are in prison. So, yeah, what's better? Like wasting money for it. I'm pretty sure eventually we as citizens even pay for their freaking imprisonment as well, indirectly maybe. But yeah, in the movie, Batman left with Joker that pissed me off. Like, what the hell? Yeah, it was something about a teacher and her daughter. Oh, it's a teacher and a daughter. I mean, we could also watch this one. This one sounds pretty messed up. Okay, it's only 30 minutes. We only have to go through 30 minutes of this pain. Because the other video, I'm assuming you've already watched. Right, Runic? Then we're going to be doing some Sleeping Dogs.
On January...
We're going to be... This is the last video that we watched. Then we've had enough disturbing things to watch. Joker crippled Batgirl and killed a lot of people and kidnapped Robin, and yet Batman doesn't beat him up so much. He beat him up so much he keeps Joker alive, and in the end he forgives him and left. Yeah, true. And then Joker escapes as well 1,000,000 times. Out of prison as well, out of Gotham.
9th, 2017.
Okay. January 2000.
On January 9th, 2017,
January 9th, 2017.
called Jackson Township Emergency Services to report that his 5-year-old daughter Ashley was missing.
Do y'all prefer captions, by the way, or do I or should I turn off captions?
He told dispatchers that his daughter had been sleeping in the back of his family-owned restaurant and that he hadn't seen her since 3 or 4 p.m. The father was quickly corrected by his wife, who could be heard in the background claiming to have seen Ashley as late as 5 p.m. Liang was concerned that maybe she had wandered out the back door.
Jackson Township Police.
Hi, yes, I need some help.
Hey, what's going on?
I can't find my daughter.
But in reality, something far more sinister had happened to his daughter. Ashley Zhao was born on December 20th, 2011 in Brooklyn, New York to Liang Zhao and Mingming Chen. She has an older sister, Jolyn, whom they called Jojo. Her father, Liang, was a...
Even Spider-Man would not do that. Spider-Man is also Spider-Man also kills, but is rare. Yeah. Have you seen the new trailer of the new Spider-Man movie? I know a lot of people didn't like the trailer for some reason, I think. But I'm not really sure why. I thought it looked okay-ish. You might want to cut off at a certain point because these guys like to give details outside of the story near the end of the video. Yeah, that's what I noticed at the last video as well. It was more about the state of where the incident happened in. But yeah. Even Thor kills his enemies. Who did Thor kill?
Naturalized citizen originally from China, but had been in the US for 20 years. Much of that time was spent in New York, and he considered the Bronx his
New
hometown.
York. I want to visit New York. I want to visit the US. Although it's kind of crazy in the US, I feel like right now, but I still want to visit it one day.
Originally, he had a lot of family in Ohio.
And I want to go to New York. New York City. There's a new trailer of Spider-Man. I did not watch it yet. Yeah, literally the newest movie. Brand New Day, I think it's called. I'm not going to watch it though. Because we know what happens. But I watched Supergirl trailer and it was garbage. Supergirl? What in the world is Supergirl?
Ashley's mother, Ming Ming, said she paid somebody $68,000 to smuggle her into the US from China.
Wow.
Ming Ming was formerly an elementary school teacher and in 2009 applied for asylum due to religious persecution.
She got smuggled in there.
Ming Ming practiced Falun Gong, which in a nutshell is a spiritual faith that incorporates active meditation and has Buddhist and Taoist values. She has told immigration that she'd flown to Mexico and that a snakehead had helped her cross the border hidden in a vehicle that had taken her to New York. Now, for those unaware, snakeheads are Chinese gangs that specialize in smuggling people into other countries.
By 2010, Ming Ming was working in New York at
What a weird
Liang's
lighting.
sister's restaurant,
So blue.
which is how they met. Things moved fast for the couple. Liang and
Wait, what?
Mitchell's restaurant. By 2010, Ming Ming was working in New York at Liang's sister's restaurant, which is how they met.
Okay, a family
Things
restaurant.
moved fast for the couple. Liang and Ming Ming were married in March of 2010, and just a few months later in October, Jojo was born.
Dang.
In June of 2011, the couple opened
It went to work fast. DC don't know how to make good movies anymore. Supergirl is a new hero movie, but it will come out soon, but it's hated by everyone. Oh god. I'm sorry, even the Supergirl, it just sounds Superman, Supergirl doesn't even act like Supergirl. She acts more like a Yakuza
Ohio,
girl.
which had previously been Liang's father's restaurant. He decided to rebrand and give it a fresh start. In that December, the couple traveled to New York where Ashley was born. According to Liang, when Ming Ming was pregnant with Ashley, they knew they couldn't run the restaurant with 2 kids. He asked his mother to come from New York to help them, but she refused. Instead, she agreed to take Ashley and raise her in New York.
Okay.
With Ashley now in her grandmother's care, the parents continued to run the
look at that
restaurant
food.
and raise Jojo.
Glass noodles?
Ang's was open 6 days a week with only Ming Ming and Liang running the business. When Ashley turned 4, she returned to Ohio to live with her parents. According to locals, they seemed like a nice family. They always saw Ashley and Jojo in the restaurant coloring or playing on their iPads.
Officers with the Jackson Township Police Department were dispatched to Ang's Asian cuisine. There, they met with Liang Zhao and his wife Ming Ming Chen. Jojo also verified that she saw her sister sleeping when she arrived after school. It was already after 9 p.m., and the officers questioned the parents as to why it took them so long to call 911.
Yeah.
Now, due to the fact that they had no other employees, they said they simply did not have time to check on their daughter.
What?
After a cursory search of the restaurant, the officers searched the other stores in the strip mall where Ang's was located, then expanded their efforts to the wooded area surrounding the business. The temperature outside dropped to -6 degrees Fahrenheit, and 75 officers searched throughout the night.
You really couldn't even check on your daughter while working. I mean, 6 days a week with only having day 2, like the owners as employees. They didn't have employees or something. I don't know. It sounds rough, but still, like, come on, it's your daughter. Your business couldn't be more important than your daughter, right? Supergirl, in a trailer, Supergirl broke alien arm. That's not the hero's way. That alien was not even a villain, but the new Superman movie was good. Wait, which one? Oh yeah, the newest one, the newest Superman movie. Yeah, I agree.
And drones.
I don't know. I still find it a bit like, even though the new Superman did a pretty good job, Henry Cavill is for me, because I don't watch a whole lot of like DC Superman movies. But he's like the Superman. It's still weird to see someone else than Henry Cavill as Superman. But He did a good job, the new actor.
Authorities requested help from the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigations and the FBI Child Abduction Rapid Deployment. The following morning, a statewide alert was sent out regarding Ashley. A roadblock was set up near Ang's in order to pass out missing flyers to all the passing vehicles. But unfortunately, no one had seen the 5-year-old girl.
No one.
It was as if she had vanished into thin air.
But soon, there was a break in the case. On January 10th at 5 p.m., just under 24 hours from when she was reported missing, Ashley Zhao was found in her parents' restaurant, dead.
Oh.
Her father willingly led investigators to where he had hidden her body. Inside of a wall, she had been stashed in a container full of salt and placed on top of the freezers.
What in the world?
Liang and Mingming were arrested and taken to the Stark County Sheriff's Office to be interviewed. According to Liang's confession, when Ashley came back to live with them, there were many issues. He said she didn't know her last name, didn't know if she was a boy or girl, and wasn't potty trained. At 4 years old, Ashley was still wearing diapers. But this wasn't everything. Liang's list of complaints with his daughter went on and on.
He said that she didn't know how to stand properly. He demonstrated for the detectives what Ashley would do, in his mind, to intentionally irritate his wife. Now, according to Liang, she would stand on the balls of her feet, almost bouncing, while holding her arms out and halfway bent. She would hold her hands out in front of her body as if she was ready to play the piano. He said that he would have to tell her to stand with her feet on the ground and her arms at her sides, but she would always revert to that stance.
According to Liang, another huge issue was that his mother was constantly telling Mingming she wasn't doing it right when it came to raising Ashley. He said the police could check his phone records and see that he had very little contact with his family. But suddenly, once Ashley was home, his mother, aunt, and grandmother were making daily calls to criticize Mingming's parenting skills. Before Liang explained what happened to Ashley, he started off by telling investigators that his wife is a good woman, and he wouldn't have married her if she wasn't. He further justified this by saying how Mingming would never hurt their older daughter, Jojo. During the interview, Liang offered to take a polygraph test, but police didn't feel this to be necessary given Liang was fully willing to incriminate himself.
Liang stated that only 1 month after Ashley returned, Mingming started hurting her.
Oh,
if
God.
Ashley didn't behave, Mingming would twist her
hell
arm
no.
or hit her.
Twist her
He said
arm?
he thought about calling someone, but Ashley had already had so many
Bro, it's
bruises
your
that he
freaking wife.
simply couldn't.
Abusing your daughter. Hell no. And Superman has no rule, has no kill rule. He still kills his enemies only if they are in danger. He's not like Batman. Another reason why I like Superman more than Batman. Fuck Batman. Those Batman fanboys are also cringe. They think Batman with prep time can beat anyone, even godly villains. Get out of here. I mean, he is a strong, like, hero. But, yeah. The way sometimes Batman does it, it's...
He repeatedly stated that he was afraid
Superman
of
does it
losing
better,
Jojo and losing what they had worked so hard to build over the last 6 years. One thing that really angered Mingming was when Ashley made a mess of her diaper. Now, this wasn't a problem in itself, but Ashley would take it off so that all of the contents would spill out on the floor. And instead of trying to get to the root of the problem, she would instead take out all of her anger on the little girl.
Oh, dang it.
Liang stated that on the morning of the
That's so
9th, he
sad.
took Jojo to school. But when he returned home at about 9:15 a.m., he saw that his wife was hurting Ashley for soiling her diaper. He witnessed Mingming slam Ashley's head down hard on the carpeted living room floor twice. Allegedly, Ashley was a little dazed, but in his words, seemed okay. But unfortunately,
You're not even gonna do anything about it?
the little girl started making a gasping sound at first, and then made what sounded like a snore. Then she started to throw up. Liang and Mingming took her to the bathroom where she continued to be sick. There, they rinsed her off in the tub, and they were about to dress her when they noticed a green substance coming out of her mouth. After rinsing her off again and finally dressing her, Liang realized that Ashley's heart had stopped.
Oh, God.
He started CPR, doing breaths and chest compressions for what he estimated to be about 15 to 30 minutes, but he was not able to revive her. By 10 a.m., Liang and Mingming showed up at the restaurant with a lifeless Ashley in tow, and then they proceeded to stash her body away.
The investigators asked Liang if either of them considered calling the police. Liang reiterated that they were concerned because Ashley had so many
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the story was gonna be about the parents like dumping her body in the kitchen while guests eat. Something that had to do with like preparing their daughter for their guests to eat. I read the title like that, but they hit the body, I see, in the kitchen. Batman is just a normal guy that knows all the martial arts style and knows how to use gadgets. That's all he does. He doesn't have super. He relies on just his combat abilities and his gadgets, right? How did it go again? Jingle bells, Gotham smells. Batman flew away. What? I don't even know that one. And yet he dressed up like Bat and acts like a hero. Get out, lol. In my opinion, Punisher is a real hero. At least he saves people and kills them. Punisher is Marvel, right? Batman is DC. I don't know if you can really like compare them. Batman can't even save his own wife. Batman is like, I can't save her because no kill rule. I let Joker go.
Bruises on her
Letting
body,
Joker go was his
that
biggest
they were
mistake.
afraid of losing JoJo. He admitted to hatching a plan to call 911 to take the fall for Ashley's death. However, Ming Ming pointed out that the police would notice all of the bruises and would want to know why her mother hadn't done anything about it.
Instead, they put her into her car seat and brought her to Aang's. There, they put her in the bed in the back where she normally took naps. He explained to the police that they wanted JoJo to see Ashley sleeping when she got back from school.
What?
They didn't want to have JoJo lie to the police. At 6 p.m., while JoJo and Ming Ming were at the front of the
People
restaurant,
are sick.
Liang carried her body up a ladder and stashed her above the freezer. The panel above the freezer was always off, and they used it for storage. After placing her body in a restaurant container full of
hell
salt,
no.
Liang stored his daughter away like clutter. Allegedly, she was laying close to where their wedding photos were stored.
No
Liang
way,
stated
dude.
several times in his interview that he was sorry that they wasted everyone's time. He said they had no idea so many people would help to look for Ashley. He and Ming Ming thought that they would simply report her missing, and then they would just be looked at as one of those families that had a missing kid. This is why Liang led investigators to Ashley's body. He felt guilty. Now, during this point in the interview,
You felt
Liang
guilty,
kept
but you
referring
didn't feel guilty when your wife was beating up your kid? Nah, what the hell?
to his daughter as it. He was asked what they planned to do with Ashley's body. He stated that they weren't sure. They had gone over 3 methods, but none of them seemed to work. The first was to put Ashley in the ocean, but he said the tide would wash her back ashore. The second was to bury her, but he reasoned that wild animals could dig her up or that people would find her. And the third was to burn her, but they'd have to do it under the cover of night and a big fire was likely to be seen. Liang added that he realized there was something wrong with his wife and that she needed help. He said that he was
Bro, there's
trying to get a
nothing wrong with
relative-
I mean, well, there is a lot of things wrong with your wife, but you need help as well, my
to
guy.
take care of Ashley.
Don't you freaking blame this all on your wife. I mean, she's like the main culprit in this story, but like you as well.
Wanted Ming Ming's
As her
mom
father?
to take her, but she was already taking care of Ming Ming's brother's kids at that time. However, as soon as the kids went back to her brother, Ashley was going to stay with her in China. But unfortunately, Ashley never made it.
At the end of Liang's interview, he asked if they knew what would happen to his wife. He suggested that she needed help instead of normal prison.
Wait, I'm not missing something, right? Why is he not like convicted or something?
He also asked about JoJo and requested that she be placed in the care of social services. He did not want his family to have custody of her at all.
Ming Ming was interviewed as well. She was completely emotionless and did not have much to say. She admitted to killing Ashley and went on to state that she used her hands to hit her.
So let me say something, the bad things, they make me angry. And I can't control myself and have trouble.
When the officers asked why she wasn't crying over what she had done to her daughter, she stated that she didn't have any waters or tears left.
Your daughter's dead. I just don't understand. I know that you're not crying. You said I don't have nothing left. Isn't that what you told me? You don't have no tears left. You don't have nothing left. Ming Ming,
You don't have
your
no
daughter's dead.
When pressed further, she stated,
I need to take care of everything from the restaurant. I only have 2 hands. I'm not 4 hands, girl. I'm 2 hands.
Even though Ming Ming killed Ashley,
sick.
Liang covered up his daughter's death. He also allowed his wife to batter his little girl so badly that
Okay, yeah,
in
so
his
I was
words,
right.
she had so
I was
many
like, he's
bruises that he couldn't call it in
also
anymore. Now, don't
freaking
forget that the couple cooked
sick.
and served food, all while their dead daughter was lying just a few feet away in the back room.
Oh, hell
And then
no.
they stashed her body above the freezer while they served the dinner crowd. We should also note that in several sources, Ming Ming's lawyer claimed that Liang harmed both his wife and his daughters. These are only allegations as no reports were filed, and it was never brought up in court.
On January 11th, 2017, Liang and Ming Ming were arrested.
Yep.
Ming Ming was charged with homicide,
Lock 'em up.
endangering the welfare of a minor, tampering with evidence, obstruction of justice, and gross abuse of a corpse. Liang received the same charges. However, there are conflicting sources that say he was charged with complicity to commit homicide.
They should,
due to the fact that they were
freaking
both
get the
considered a
same
flight
punishment.
risk. Their bail was set to $5 million each.
On January 12, 2017, the State of Ohio Department of Job and Family Services
How
was
many
granted
years?
custody of JoJo. She has a guardian ad litem who agreed to stay with her until she's 18 years old.
On September 11th, 2017, Liang Zhao signed a plea deal where he agreed to plead guilty and provide testimony against his wife. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison on
12
January 10th,
years?
2018. On December 29th, 2017, Ming Ming Chen also signed a plea deal. She pled guilty on all counts, and her homicide charge was reduced to involuntary manslaughter. She was sentenced to 22 years in prison.
Oh my god.
As Ming Ming was never granted asylum, she will be deported to China after she finishes her sentence.
What?
Granted, she all 2017 years in prison on
He
January
got 12
10th.
years?
Harry Ming Ming was never
And she got
granted
22 years? Oh my god, bro. They killed their daughter. I don't understand. What is this justice system? Come on now, guys.
asylum. She will be deported to China after she finishes her sentence. So what
And she
do you
gets
think of
deported
the
to China?
seemingly light sentences
Where she could
for
probably just live her own life again. Hell
the
no.
death of a
Yo, what up, Valentine? How you doing, bro? How are you holding up in this warm, hot weather? The one, yeah, Punisher from Marvel Wolverine is also a hero, and he also kills. I just don't understand Batman at all. Like, what's his deal? Yeah, Batman. I mean, Batman has also been through a lot, from what I've heard. Again, I haven't watched all the movies and read the comics and stuff, but yeah, the woman pissed me off. Let her rot in prison for life. That's what I'm saying, bro. 22 years. It's not even like, bro, come on now. She doesn't even cry. She is pure evil. Yeah, she said she had no tears, no water, and no tears left anymore. That's why she didn't cry. Lock the ass up, bro. Lock the ass up. Only 12 fucking years. Yeah, he got 12 fucking years for freaking letting his wife beat up his daughter, killing his daughter essentially, and then cover it up by hiding her in their freezer. It's nah. They got off way too easy. It's absolutely disgusting. 12 and 22 years, that's nothing. What kind of stupid system is this, bro? I understand Punisher. Bro, I had to bring up Punisher.
young girl. Do you think that Liang should have received the same sentence as his wife? Additionally, do you think it was right for Ming Ming's homicide charge to be reduced to involuntary manslaughter?
No.
Let us know what you think
Of course
in
not.
the comments down below.
He should have got the same sentence as her, and they both need to be imprisoned for life. For life. What is wrong with the justice system? It's insane. The justice system is bullshit. Yeah, it is. I'm dying for real. 21 degrees in my room. Jeez, I mean, it's cold out here in my attic, so I might need to put on a sweater. Could y'all believe? I'm joking. You're dieting? Nah. Jacob should be dieting though. He should go on a diet. Bro, that shit is Gotham system. Joker kills millions of people and the system is like, let's put him in prison for 20 years. Exactly. And he escapes too. The security is also like trash. Oh man, what do y'all? I mean, it's pretty fun. What do y'all say? Do we play some Sleeping Dogs, or should we watch one more? Maybe. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Maybe we can do like one last little short one before we head into some deep. What is lice? Mother starves daughter while lice eat her alive? What the hell is lice? Lice? Ooh. Oh. Name for any member of the infraorder Tiperia. What is lice in like Dutch? Oh, are these like fleas? Similar to fleas? Yeah, that justice system is whack. Maybe we'll watch one more. But it's... Let me see how long we've been streaming for though. The lice one? Yeah, this one is pretty short. When will you play old COD campaign? First start at COD 1, then 2, then 3 and 4. Once I'm like caught up with editing, I know I say this a billion times, but it's a lot of work. I need to get through a lot of like backlog. I'm currently on my Alien Isolation playthrough editing. But promise me guys, I promise y'all, once we're done with that, we're gonna make some big freaking steps. We're gonna finish current playthroughs. We're gonna start new ones. Devil May Cry, that is the series that I want to start still. We're gonna play new Resident Evils and all kinds of stuff. But y'all just need to bear with me. We have to do this for some time, a little bit of more time, so that I can get caught up with all the recordings, my backlog of recordings. I know I've been saying this for a while, but it's a lot of work. Trust me. I am now currently editing a playthrough of last year's October during Halloween. So yeah.
Girl died.
I promise y'all, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Behind the
Okay, last one before we head into some gaming. This one is 12 minutes long. Mother starves daughter while lice eat her alive. Before we do, what is lice in Dutch? What is that? Is that? Oh, okay, lice. Yep, the things the stuff that you have in your hair. What, they can eat bodies?
Of this gated community. Her name has not been released.
After playing Vanguard, I was too harsh on COD 1 and COD 2. And COD 3, at least those games are history accurate. Yeah, the good old Call of Duty games.
After the 9-year-old girl died behind the walls of this gated community. Her name has not been released. After 911 was called, first responders reported a large amount of bugs began to cover her face. Upon closer inspection, it was discovered there was an enormous amount of lice in her hair. The lice may figure into why the girl did not receive medical care in time to...
Have y'all ever had lice before? I don't think I have. We had at like when we were how do you say that? When we were like at school back in the day. How do you say high school? Is that high school? No, wait. The basisschool. What is the basisschool in English? Kindergarten. No, wait. It's not kindergarten. What is basisschool? Oh, primary school. Primary school. In primary school, we had like these lice. We called them lice mothers. They were like mothers from like children in your class, and they would like check every. I don't know if it was weekly or monthly. They would like check every like kids if they had like lices in their hair. I don't think I had lices though. Or lice, I guess you say.
On Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022, firefighters responded to a call regarding an unresponsive 9-year-old girl at the Lakeside Casitas Apartments, which is a gated community located at 8250
What is a gated community?
Road in Tucson, Arizona. Despite the implementation of life-saving efforts, first responders were unable to resuscitate the little girl, and she was pronounced dead. Police officers were contacted soon thereafter.
According to police records, after first responders pronounced the little girl dead, a large amount of bugs began to cover her face, which turned out to be head lice. Upon closer inspection, it was noted that she had a severe infestation of head lice all throughout her hair. It should be noted that given the little girl's age and the recency of these events, her name has not been made public at the time of this recording. And today we're recording on July 11th, 2022.
Now, just in case anyone watching is not familiar, head lice are tiny insects that feed on blood from the human
I was about to say, lice are not like very big.
School-aged kids. The insects are usually spread through direct transfer from the
yeah, lice are usually not. Ooh, what a disgusting
hair
shot.
of another, often within.
Okay, we're gonna pause it over here. After playing Vanguard, I was too harsh. Vanguard is weird. It doesn't even look like a World War II game. You've been bashing Vanguard like crazy lately. It looks like a damn Modern Warfare game. I've never had lice, even though I hardly take care of my hair. I would say thanks to my girlfriend, I like take more care of my hair. Before I was with my girlfriend though, yeah, I didn't care that much about my hair. But because she uses like many products for her hair and stuff, conditioner and shampoo and whatnot. I use it as well, and she kind of like teach me how to properly treat your hair. Ooh, I don't want to watch it anymore. It's the last one, Jacob. Then we're gonna do some. We'll probably just do some. The rest for the remainder of the stream, we're gonna do some chill gaming, some sleeping dogs. It's only 12 minutes long, 30 minutes.
In a family or among kids who have close contact at school or during play.
While not
Yeah,
as
that's usually how they
lice can
transfer
spread
over.
From one person to another,
It can
through
spread
personal
really
care
quickly.
items and outerwear such as hats, scarves, brushes, combs, or towels. Head lice may also spread when items of clothing are stored together. For example, hats or scarves hung on the same hook or stored in the same school locker could serve as vehicles for spreading lice.
Having head lice isn't necessarily a sign of poor personal hygiene or an unclean living
Sometimes you
environment,
just, like,
and quite literally
it can be
anybody
unfortunate.
can catch them. Lice happens, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. In fact, an estimated 6 million to 12 million infestations occur each year in the United States among kids 3 to 11 years of age.
I was gonna
However,
say,
while on the
lice.
scene,
I feel like lice are
officers did
only
have some concerns
happen
about the
with
living
kids.
conditions within the home
Can
and the
adults still
welfare
get
of
them?
The other two kids, aged 11 and 13, living within the apartment, who were also suffering from severe infestations themselves.
Look at those bugs.
Officers also noted
They're almost like transparent.
that the
even.
apartment was dirty and in a general state of disarray.
One of the older kids advised officers that their mother, 38-year-old Sandra Krajkovic, attempted to treat the head lice with mouthwash. According to the Mayo
Mouthwash?
Clinic, prescription and non-prescription medication can be helpful for treating head lice, as long as you follow the treatment instructions carefully to rid the scalp of lice and all of their eggs. People also use a number of home or natural remedies to get rid of head lice, such as coconut or olive oil with essential
coconut.
oils,
I love
apple
myself
cider
some
vinegar,
coconut shampoo.
enzyme-based soaps,
I love the smell of
diatomaceous
coconut.
earth, among others, but there is little to no clinical evidence that they're effective.
In the case of Sandra Krajkovic, she wasn't too far off, as mouthwash can be used as a somewhat effective
What?
home remedy.
Mouthwash?
In fact, Listerine is considered the most effective home remedy for head lice because it contains
Really?
26.9% alcohol, eucalyptol, thymol, menthol, and menthol salicylate, which are not only probably toxic to lice, but it probably doesn't feel great in your eyes or on an
Nope.
open sore caused by the lice. However, there's no information available with regards to whether or not Sandra was using Listerine specifically. Additionally, due to the sheer infestation at the Krajkovic household, it is very unlikely that simply using mouthwash as a home remedy would have even put a dent in the head lice problem, and really just don't do it.
Sandra and her mother, 64-year-old Elizabeth Krajkovic, were ultimately arrested and charged with felony CA. However, those charges were upgraded to first-degree homicide as investigations into the death of the little girl continued. Sandra's other two kids were placed in the custody of family members. In an interview with the police, Sandra reportedly said that her daughter suffered from anemia and had been ill since approximately
What is that?
March
Anemia?
15th, with symptoms that included headache, sore throat, fever, difficulty breathing, and trouble keeping her balance. The mother said she had considered
dang
taking
clip.
her daughter to the emergency room, but decided against it when she returned home and found her sleeping.
However, text messages found on both Sandra and Elizabeth's cell phones told a very different story. According to court documents, Sandra sent messages to her boyfriend on March 14th and March 15th, stating that she knew that she needed to get her daughter to a hospital. A week later, on March 21st, she reportedly texted, and I'm going to read this to you. Quote, "Oh my God, babe, listen. I'm in my room and my mom called me, and now we have a name redacted." So this person was asking if I could check on her to make sure she isn't dying, end quote. So Sandra's boyfriend
What?
allegedly told her to take the little girl to the hospital, and she refused.
She
Texts
refused.
between Sandra and Elizabeth showed that the lice infestation ultimately played a pivotal role in refusing to seek medical treatment. And in an interview, Sandra allegedly admitted that had she sought medical treatment for her daughter, she would still be alive today.
In one such message, Elizabeth, who allegedly would watch her grandkids from time to time so Sandra could go to work, threatened to call 911 to seek help for her granddaughter, but she ultimately decided against it. And I'll read again for you a text message she wrote to Sandra. Quote, "Can't go to the ER with her hair, but that's left up to me because you're not home."
Other messages indicated that the
All because of her
9-year-old
hair?
was sick on March 8th, 2 weeks before her death. Elizabeth allegedly texted Sandra complaining that the kids were being unhelpful, while simultaneously accusing her own daughter of being more interested of doing things with her boyfriend than taking care of her sick kid.
Elizabeth noted that the little girl was not feeling good on March 21st, which was a Monday, the day before she was pronounced dead. Now, the grandmother stated that the little girl had a sore throat and she was having trouble breathing, so rather than bring her to the ER, she just gave her ibuprofen.
The Pima County medical examiner conducted an autopsy and determined that the little girl's cause of death was neglect. However, the manner of death was undetermined. According to medical examiner Dr. Gregory L. Hess, the 9-year-old died from anemia from untreated lice infestation with malnutrition as a contributing factor. Dr. Hess also noted that the little girl had fluid buildup in her lung tissue, pale skin and organs, necrosis of the liver, an iron deficiency, and cutaneous excoriations or lesions caused by skin picking. The medical examiner also found signs of fatty liver disease as well as heart issues. Let's be very clear here that this is
Those are a lot of
9-year-old
freaking
girl
complications.
with fatty liver disease and necrosis of the liver, something not
the hell?
commonly seen in young kids.
Do y'all ever have a like a wound or a scratch on your arm and you just think like, how the hell did I get that? That's basically me right now. Wait, can y'all see it? It's over here. Bro, what? I was like, why is it like kind of itchy? No clue.
Both Sandra
Anyways.
and Elizabeth Krakovich are set to appear in court on Monday, July 11th,
What? The mother looks
2022.
really scary.
So that's today.
She
And
looked like
as of the
someone
date
out of a
this
freaking
recording,
horror movie.
Sandra Krakovich remains in the custody of the Pima County Adult Detention Center with a bond that was initially set at $55,000, but now appears to be reduced to $40,000. According to
So
the
they
jail's
just neglected their symptoms of their daughter, let her, basically rot and die. And the mother
inmate
had something with her
lookup,
boyfriend?
Sandra is the only Krakovich listed within their facility, which could indicate that Elizabeth must have been bonded out. We were able to find a singular source that noted that Elizabeth was released to pretrial services on March 25th.
With all of this in mind, we have a lot of questions about how something like this could have happened. For one, what adult allows for a head lice infestation to go on for so long that it results in death?
I think you could want
Even
to
if
treat
you're
that
a
immediately
terrible parent,
before it like
you don't
spreads.
care about your kids. You're gonna have enough self-preservation to not want to have it yourself, wouldn't you? It is possible that mental health could have been a factor here, but this cannot be spoken to as there are no official sources stating that neither Sandra nor Elizabeth suffer from mental health issues that would have contributed to the death of the 9-year-old girl.
One could argue poverty. Maybe Sandra and Elizabeth didn't have the funds to purchase over-the-counter treatments for the lice. There are stories floating around from an unofficial source that the Krakovich family was facing possible eviction, but that hasn't been substantiated within official news sources. If the Krakovich family was having trouble purchasing an over-the-counter head lice treatment at their local Walgreens for $10 to $20, a quick trip to the doctor's office with her 3 kids would have solved the issue.
Yep.
Additionally, all of Sandra's kids were school-aged. If the infestation was so severe that insects were visible throughout the 9-year-old's hair and face, how on earth was
I
this
think that's
not
when you really
noticed
want
by
to
the school?
act
Were the
quickly.
kids even in school?
If you start seeing them,
How does a 9-year-old girl end up
like
with
sometimes you
fatty
can have
liver
lice, but you don't
disease
really
and
like
a
see them unless you
necrotic
like
liver,
look
while
carefully
also being malnourished?
or look
The
thoroughly
liver can fail
for
due to
them.
many different types of injuries or diseases, but oftentimes a cause cannot be found. Some known causes of acute liver failure included viruses such as Epstein-Barr, cytomegalovirus, or hepatitis A, B, and E. Metabolic conditions such as hereditary hemochromatosis. There's also drug toxicity, such as getting too much acetaminophen or aspirin or niacin. Certain intravenous drugs.
I'm back. I finally got my food. Okay, this story is also almost wrapped up, so you'll be able to enjoy it.
This can also happen due to acute allograft failure, which is basically failure of a skin graft.
What did you order though
from the
Turkish?
Show the little girl had. We spoke with our friend Dr. Nathan, who's been on the show.
Yeah, I was laying in bed yesterday and my knee was itching, but when I pulled up my trousers to scratch, but it was bleeding, and I was like, where did he at? Bro, that happens to me so not much. It doesn't happen often, but I don't know. I always have those moments where I'm like, I'm kind of like scratching somewhere, and then you just suddenly see a scratch or a wound, and you're like, huh? How did it get there?
Show a few
like at that moment you didn't even notice it.
Times he's a clinical pharmacist and works with patients directly.
Why are things sometimes so relatable?
To provide his curious speculation, he writes, quote, "There are a few factors at play. The first is the severe malnutrition that can cause all of the things listed there, though less likely the necrosis. I suspect the necrosis was secondary to either viral hepatitis, autoimmune hepatitis, or secondary infection. It's also possible that the girl was being provided with or taking of her own volition acetaminophen to help with the pain of the skin lesions and other issues. He also says he would be interested to know what her transaminases and acetaminophen levels were, as well as white blood count, and also anti-nuclear antibody and anti-smooth muscle antibody. Malnutrition with secondary infection."
Okay, this is all... I get it, it's all informative, but I just want to get to... Did they get like any... sentence, convictions?
Than an autoimmune disease.
Now, with any case that is still developing, we're going to be on the lookout for updates as they come out. And as always, if you see something, say something. Statements are considered not been convicted of any crime yet.
Oh, they
All
haven't been convicted
are
yet.
Considered alleged until proven otherwise in a court of law. And as always, if you see something, say something. It could save a life. Sandra's boyfriend knew what was going on and could have intervened. Elizabeth, who watched the kids on a regular basis, could have made that call to save her granddaughter's life. She didn't.
They all freaking neglected it. I don't get it. Why? If you literally see your... Hold on. Edit. Since the recording, the little girl's name has officially been released as Kel Krakovich. We have a new... Okay, no mention of the mother getting a sentence, but oh well. Yeah, basically what we can take away from the story: always take care if your kids show some sort of like symptoms of something. If they have lice, treat it immediately. A simple, I think you have shampoo for it, for treating your like lice. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. And if you're uncertain about something that they have, just make the call to your nearest freaking doctor, post, or whatever. Interesting, guys. Interesting. All right. For now, though, let us do some chill sleeping dogs action. But yeah, what do you got from the Turkish food stand? Oh, by the way, good channel, Runic. I'm gonna subscribe to that channel because I like those stories. Good freaking recommendation. Anyways, did y'all had any plans? How was y'all weekend going? Did y'all had any plans? Okay, we're gonna do sleeping dogs, Sunday chill, and some gaming. Oh wait, playing, revisiting the one of the best open world games. Sleeping dogs. All right, let me just quickly change everything correctly. Sleeping dogs. Gonna do that on YouTube as well. And then we should be ready to go. Oh, hold on. Want to know what I ordered? What did you order, Jacob? Sleeping dogs. Should be... Where's the thumbnail? I need to freaking categorize my thumbnails or something. Okay, cool. Why do I feel like it's pretty loud? Right. Just making sure that everything is updated and we should be ready to go. Cool. Sleeping dogs. We are looking pretty far into the story of Sleeping Dogs. One of the most underrated open world games ever. Yeah, what did you order? By the way, now that you mention it, I ordered Turkish food this Friday, last Friday. I got another kapsalon. I will say I've been ordering some more food as well, but that is because we were kind of busy in the last couple of days. But we usually order food. Me and my girlfriend usually order food whenever we don't have time or are too lazy to cook up something ourselves. And as of lately, it's been more because of you know, how busy we were, both. Okay, we got some new vehicles, by the way. We got a sick freaking vehicle in the form of a High Roller 210. Okay, let's do the drug bus first. It's pretty close. This is our first like supercar that we have. I ordered big yaprak, döner, and Turkish pizza with salad and garlic. But what in the world is all that? I know like döner, meat, but Turkish pizza. Okay, I know Turkish pizza. What is big yaprak or bisak arasi? No clue what that is. It sounds good. One of the things that I can kind of decipher. All right, let's get rid of this drug bust over here. Put him in a bin. Take out the trash. Oh, hold on. Are you still here, Valentine? If so, how is the how are the videos coming along? The animations. I think I was able to do like a follow-up attack for this as well. For the stun attack. Nice. Ooh, hell yeah. Did we just stomped on his butt? Nice. Tugs remaining, 2. Where are they at, though? There's one. There's more. Can't type me eating yummy. This guy Jacob. Well, enjoy your food, bro. Enjoy your food. God damn. I knew you ordered like a lot. I didn't know you ordered like every single day. Nah, that's crazy. All right, let's we got the drug bust. Let's go with, oh wait, hack the camera. How do I do that again? I think we want to hack the camera from somewhere else. Or do we pull up our phone with this? Reports. Social Hub. Welcome to Social Hub. What the hell is this? I think we want to hack the cameras from in our apartments. Let's do this one, initiation. But yeah. Are you guys looking forward to who's looking forward to GTA 6 though? Bro, GTA 6 is gonna be a amazing game. We don't have a release date yet, which is unfortunate. We do get the we finally got the cover art though for the game. I'm hoping they will put like a whole lot of regions in the game as well. I've heard they're gonna be focusing it on Liberty City or Vice City. But I'm hoping we're gonna see like other places as well. Los Santos in particular being my favorite. Where do we go? Wait, where did the mission go? Oh, there we go. Initiation. Very interesting in how GTA 6 is gonna turn out. Bro, it's been getting so freaking hot over here in the Netherlands. It's kind of like, and the problem with it being like super hot in the Netherlands is whenever it's hot over here, it feels very dense. Like the air feels very, very dense compared to when you are going to a country like, for example, Spain or I don't know, like Portugal or Spain or something, or even France. The heat over there just feels way more comfortable than when you have like heat over here in the Netherlands. The air just feels very dense. But I mean, I guess we cannot complain too much. Like throughout the year, I would say 90% of the year it rains over here in the Netherlands or it is cold. And it's always with us over here, whenever it's cold and rains a lot, we complain. But whenever it gets hot, we complain as well for it being too hot. I guess it's never the right time. It's never good.
Tradition calls for us to select a temporary chairman until you are well, Uncle. A man who would continue as you would wish. If they were brazen enough to attack a wedding, we have to assume 18K will be coming after us.
I know that you are right. Wait, my boy.
Dude, it's just way too hot to make videos. It's now 32 in my room. You gotta edit those videos naked, Valentine, in order to survive.
We must be united against
shirtless.
our true enemies.
Yes, of course, Uncle Po.
Good. Pakmak, see to it that Wei is formally initiated. He's been a loyal foot soldier to the Sun Han Yi. It's time to make him a red pole.
Your initiation is young Leon. He has been selling to schoolgirls and was ordered to stop. He switched to the 18K.
It's now 32 in my room, 32 degrees. What do y'all even, like, aside from watching me, obviously, and I appreciate y'all for it, what do y'all even, like, normally do on a hot day where it's, like, just too hot? Where basically anything you do, you immediately, like, sweat.
You are my greatest friend.
From it. Like, for example, yesterday. What did y'all do yesterday when it was like insanely hot?
I am your advisor. I cannot lead in your place.
It was even hotter than today.
If not you, who then?
Chu Chin Sao.
Chu Chin Sao?
Nephew, your blood.
Oh. Blood related.
Better to preserve your wishes and keep the family.
Is it that guy?
Tu Qian, can you handle this responsibility? Temporary chairman?
Yes, Uncle. I am ready and grateful for the opportunity.
Can he though?
Mark, see that it is done.
Oh boy. Hey, what the hell? You freaking blind taxi. Bumping in my freaking rear like that. Call Jackie.
Jackie, this way. Where are you?
Getting a massage, man. Let me tell you, the girls here are...
Listen, I got some news.
He's getting some good time,
We got
Jackie.
an errand to run. See you in a few minutes.
Okay, me Jackie at the massage sauna. Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna you. Oh, yo, hey, yo, chill, chill, bro, chill. I wasn't even going there. Sitting in my room with a fan 5 centimeters from my face. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's so hot that you can't even like. I don't even have the motivation to do anything because when I literally just do like the most simple stuff in this heat outside, I'm already sweating like crazy. So it's like, alright, I'd rather just sit inside the whole day with my AC on and do some gaming or editing or watch some movies or series. Way too hot. Way too hot. And it's pretty funny because whenever I used to go a lot on vacation to Spain back in the day. And in Spain, the heat just feels so like, so chill. The heat feels nice over there compared to over here. I don't know what it is or what it like, why it is like that. Maybe also because in Spain and stuff, you tend to get, or you're probably gonna get go to the beach more often, or go swimming. We have beaches and swimming pools in the Netherlands, but yeah.
Jackie, you're gonna love this.
What's going on, Wei?
Well, you're about to become a full member of the Sun On Yi.
Fuck me! Are you sure?
Hell yeah.
100%.
Yeah, baby! I fucking did it, yeah! Oh, don't worry about it, my man. It'll be your turn soon.
Jackie, they're making me a red pole.
What? Holy shit, Wei! Holy
Yep.
shit!
We're in it. We're in it, baby.
Well, Jackie, the dream finally comes true.
Look at this guy.
Wei, don't
He
think
been
I don't
enjoying them
appreciate
girls
it.
over
I
here.
know it wouldn't have been possible without
Manicure, facials, massage.
before we go.
Bro, I could never, I know it's more of a girl thing, right? But just, if I would imagine myself getting a manicure is for your hands, right? Or is that a pedicure? Or however you say it. At least the one where they like treat your toenails and stuff. Bro, my freaking feet are so sensitive. If somebody would touch it, I would like burst out laughing. I could not control myself. Even just massages in general, I feel like I'm pretty sensitive, and I'm like easily how do you say that? Like when you tickle somebody, it's like it's not for me. $1,200, jeez. 1.2k dollars for a massage. Now that's Hong Kong dollars. It's humid over here, so sweating, aka cooling down, is harder because the difference between the water is harder because of the difference between the water that turns into vapor and the humidity is less. Yeah, the humidity is like so, it feels so dense over here.
So what's this errand?
Talking about the evaporation of your sweat. Ah, yeah.
Young is one of us, Wei.
Yeah, it just feels so uncomfortable when it's hot over here.
Okay. They tell you much about the ceremony?
Is that maybe also because Spain has more like seas and beaches near the edge, so the air is more humid? Maybe it's a difference between the like in the parts of the Netherlands that are close to the sea as well, where it's more comfortable. But if you're in like the middle of the country, you notice it more.
Hey, where's Young?
But yeah, I can never get myself to go to a to get a massage. I'm way too sensitive for those things. Oh. Oh, hell yeah. Ooh. Hell yeah. Get over here, boy. Let's freaking go. Oh, shoot. Nice. Get up. Get up. Okay, let's wait. There we go. He ain't gonna be hurt until his henchmen have been defeated. Okay, we gotta defeat his henchmen. Hit me, big guy. Oh, dang it. Dang, this guy is strong. Defeat him!
Hey, we need to talk to you.
Finally.
Uncle Po sent us.
Oh, this was young. I thought this was one of his henchmen. There we go. Oh, he's like a mini boss. There we go. Ooh. Let's freaking go away. Fuck him up. Oh, dang. He's kind of beating our ass. Nice freaking shot, Jackie. How do you even get the gun?
Jackie, let's go. Jackie, let's go. Come on. Let's move.
You okay?
Nice.
I don't know, man. I've never done that before.
So in short, it is harder for the body to cool down here than in Spain because the air over here is drier. Yeah, exactly. The air is very dry. That's the thing. Is that also why I have so much freaking like the hay fever is affecting me so much because the air is so dry over here and the grass pollen. Like I have a bad hay fever. An allergic reaction to grass pollen. Bro, it is the worst right now. The worst time of the season. Okay, I can type now. The food is amazing for real. This is way better than fish burger. Oh god. And he said this was gonna be the last time. That's major cap. Bro, I sound like Lord Beerus. Now everyone is talking about other stuff and I'm talking about food. I mean, yeah, you have proven that you are addicted to food.
Will be forever changed. Because today you are my brothers. We're bound to each other by blood, sworn to protect each other to the death if necessary. With our brotherhood comes duty. You will obey our leader in all things, and you will show your brothers respect always. With our brotherhood comes power. The Sun on Yi does not die. The Sun on Yi does not forget. It rewards its sons with wealth, status, and honor. It protects their businesses and their families. It cares for their children as if they were their own. Our brotherhood pays our enemies with pain, suffering, and death. And none suffers more than a traitor. Betray your brothers, and you will die 1,000 times over, slowly, in the dark. The Sun on Yi and the gods themselves will burn your soul from your body and crush the ashes with our heels. There are 32 oaths. With them, you are bound
32.
together. With them, you become Sun on Yi. Are you ready to begin?
Hold on, guys. I gotta quickly charge my phone. Nice. We're officially part of the Sun on Yi. All right, we can play for a bit more. Then we gotta wrap it up because I'm gonna have some leftover barbecues from yesterday. No, the air is drying in Spain, so you can sweat better. AK cool. Oh, it's the other way around. My bad.
I'm flattered. Was it a slow day or something?
Pendra's very impressed.
Yeah, though in Spain when there's like when it's like warm outside, it's very nice.
Sunny Woe says it's a priority.
I read about him. I mean, he reps
Oh, we're
entertainers.
with the cops again.
Allegedly some human trafficking mixed in. But why go after him? He's not Sun on Yi.
To bring down the Sun on Yi, we have to take down the people who support
Oh,
them.
we're
cut off
gonna
revenue
make the
sources,
whole empire
dismantle the
fall.
network. This is how we hit him where it hurts. Sunny's revenue stream is massive, and a lot of it flows to Sun on Yi.
I'll see what I can do, Raymond.
By the way, you hear anything about Dog Eyes? He seems to have disappeared.
Haven't heard a thing.
Oh, before I forget, Jackie Mao, we're taking him in.
Jackie?
From what I read in your reports, he'll be a good source of info.
Jackie?
It won't be hard to make him talk. We'll need you to set him up for
No,
us.
that makes no sense. He's nobody.
He's a criminal, Wei. You're a cop. I hate to be a broken record, but it sounds like you're getting attached.
I'm not getting attached.
Yep, we are.
I'm not a fucking idiot, okay? He's part of my cover. He brought me in. He's the one who vouched for me.
And now you're so high up, you don't need him. He's outlived his usefulness, so we're bringing him in.
I'm taking this up with Pendrew.
This came from Pendrew.
Taking him in accomplishes nothing, and it makes my job harder. I'm not doing it.
You don't have a choice, all right? It's a direct order.
Yeah? Direct order? Well, that's an order you can shove directly up your ass.
Oh, shoot. Do we really want to do this, Wei? We're getting too attached to the Sun on Yi.
We want the Red Bulls, the lieutenants like Winston.
Open your eyes, Raymond. I am Winston now.
That's what worries me, Wei.
He doesn't know who's
You're one of them.
good or bad anymore. Which way he wants to go. For me, it's not that hot because I don't have sun in my location. I got more wind and I use an air cooler. It was only hot yesterday. Bro said it was only hot yesterday. Bro, it's... Well, it is not as hot as yesterday today, but it's still like hot, right? Actually, it's like, yeah, it kind of cooled down a bit. But next week, bro, Sunday, it's gonna be pretty hot. Friday, bro, it's getting 34 degrees over here on Friday. 34 degrees! We have a goddamn heat wave. Oh, damn, look at our new boat apartment that we have. I would say for Dutch standards, it's pretty hot. But yeah, guys, do y'all have any allergic reactions or like hay fever or anything? I wish no one having a hay fever. Hay fever is one of the worst. Whenever I get the feeling of my nose starting to itch, it's the worst. Alright, what do we do? Oh, we can do some races now that we have this fast car. I think we can use all the cars that we just own. We can do the harbor run. For me, it's 27 degrees, but it feels like 14 degrees because there is no sun. No sun at all? What do you live in, a cave? Are you a vampire? And my door and windows are open and I use air cooler. That's why I don't... Wait, you have an air cooler but you open your windows and your door. Shouldn't you keep them all like closed during the time of the day? Or to not let the hot air inside? Oh, this is a motor race. I know it's not realistic, but you know what I like about riding on a motor in this game compared to a game like GTA? As soon as you bump into something in GTA, your character will like fall off the motor, which obviously is like more realistic, but like it's so annoying at times. Especially when you are on a fast bike and you can't really like control it. It's so annoying if your character like falls off. Oh god, oh god. There we go. Easy dub. Hell yeah. All right. Nice. Hell no, I don't want to close it. Then it gets hot for me. It's better to keep it open than wind canal. Okay, yeah. I mean, you got wind. That's true. Normally, but if there's like no wind, but there's like an extremely hot sun, usually you want to keep it closed, right? Okay, let's do the harbor one, which I think is gonna be a race on a boat. I don't have an air cooler like you. I just use an air cooler. Yeah. I mean, you have those those regular coolers where you can put in like cold water, and it will also blow out like cold air. I'm lucky there's wind but no sun. How can there be no sun? Oh god. Tang. There we go. Okay, let me open up this chest. What? He's still here? Oh. Okay, let me open this box. What do y'all prefer? Heat, extreme heat, or extreme cold? I would probably say extreme cold, to be honest. I would prefer maybe cold over heat most of the time. Purely because I can sleep way better when it's cold instead of when it's like super hot. But that's me. Also, maybe if I would live in a country like Spain or somewhere else where when it's get hot, it's really comfortable, maybe I will prefer the heat. Right now though, in the Netherlands, I prefer the cold. I don't know, it sounds weird, but sun is on the other side. But during the day, doesn't the sun like move to a spot where it does like get sun inside? Extreme cold? I agree. I probably would survive more in extreme cold than extreme hot. That's also because with extreme cold, you can like you know, warm yourself up with clothes and stuff, and when it gets too hot, you can like put it off again. With extreme heat, you can only like cool yourself off, and eventually you just have no shirt on anymore, and you gotta find other ways to cool yourself. And you can layer clothes. Yeah, exactly. True, I agree with that. Definitely. Bro, what is this? No competition at all. It feels like me when I'm playing Mario Kart. Extreme cold is also bad. Then the road is slippery and I also get sick. Spring is the best as balance. Wait, you get sick from the coldness? I mean, obviously when you get outside wearing too little clothes, maybe. I mean, the road is slippery is kind of fun though. You know, you usually get, maybe you get like, if you're lucky, you get free from college or school or work even, because it's like not accessible. Public transport doesn't always drive when it's like super slippery. Isn't that a good thing? Also, by the way, yeah, snow, when there's snow, it just feels so comfy. I always feel snow. Whenever like the streets are covered in snow, it feels super comfy always. It looks so cool. When it feels like the whole world just changed overnight into this like magical world. Wait, what is this? Turn the clock counterwise. Oh, there we go. Okay, we gotta find the right number. Oh, hold on. Nice. If only it was that easy IRL. I always ride my bike if I go to my job. If it's too slippery then I can't drive. That's a bad thing, bro. Is it? Is it though? I mean, you have another excuse to not go to work. I mean, yeah, sure. You may get less money, but which will result in for you to, you know, order less food every day. But it's not a. I would say that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know. Getting free because of heavy snowfall. I hate snow. Aw, dang! Why you hate snow? Snow is so cool. Snow is such a vibe.
I'm good. Listen, you busy later?
Ooh, Tiffany.
I was thinking of dropping by Bam Bam to see you.
Oh, that'd be great. You want to sing karaoke?
Well, you have to get a few drinks in me first, but maybe. I'll see you in a bit.
You got it. Bye-bye.
All right. Let's do a couple more missions. Maybe a couple of short ones, and then we'll wrap it up for today. What is the main mission? Tiffany song. Let's go to Tiffany. Or let's just contact all the people in our list.
I got something, man. This could be big for us.
You still got that plan you were talking about?
Yeah. You in? We can go tonight. Drop at my place and I'll tell you all about it. Oh, bring a car, okay? Mine's in the shop.
Oh, Jackie. So, are we letting Raymond take in Jackie or not? I think. Pick up Jackie's car? We can do that, maybe. I prefer spring. That's the balance. Not too cold and not too hot is normal. Spring is kind of boring to me. I don't know. I either prefer the winter or the summer. We humans can get sick if it's too cold. I mean, we can also get sick by other things. It just depends on how good you're I guess prepared for it, or like which clothes you're wearing. If you are properly dressed for the weather, and then you got nothing to worry about. Can we also do a wheelie? Yeah, we can. How far is that marker? Dang. 700 meters? I think Zenki, if it's too cold, then your road turns into ice and it will get too slippery. And it also gets dangerous to drive. I mean, probably you shouldn't be driving in the first place whenever it's too slippery, I guess. Bro, I once was in the car with this kind of like a childhood friend. And his father was driving, we were driving, and it was like super slippery on the road. His father was like, okay, let me show you all this. And we were like super young. He would pull this freaking drift in the, he would like drift in this like turn. And it was like the coolest thing ever. I don't know. It's pretty dangerous, but he made sure there was no one else on the road. And it was like in this like small little street or alley. It was pretty fun. But yeah, obviously when it's like too slippery, it's way too dangerous to get on the road.
Hey, Jackie. Let's head to Kennedy Town. I'll explain
But hey,
the way.
I guess the alternative is to stay inside, so yeah. Then we have to take the damn public transport, and I hate public transport. I haven't gone with public transport in a while, but when I did, I don't know, I didn't really mind it as much, because what I would usually do is just, you know, I had some, I would listen to music, or I would like watch movies or series, or I would like fell asleep. That's basically how I survived all my all the bus rides and train rides. I prefer to go with the bus instead of the train, because the scenery is like much more nice when you go by bus. You see more things when you look out the window instead of like a train. A train over here is like so boring.
Good.
All right. I hate to sit with strangers. They talk too much and hurt my ears. I mean, that's up to you if you engage with them. Bro said, I hate talking to strangers.
I guess not. You always have options, Jackie.
You are an introvert. That's basically it. But I think you confirmed it already.
The jewels are in the van over there by the container.
One time I went to public transport and girls were screaming and laughing so hard, it was so annoying. If it's kids making all like annoying noise and stuff, yeah, that's kind of annoying. But usually I just wear headphones or earbuds or whatever. And that try fast talking your way past suspicious cars or dog workers you encounter. Usually I just counter that by, you know, getting or plugging in some earbuds or headphones.
See those containers over in slot G? Yeah. Who's that guy?
Okay, we gotta fast talk our way through it.
Okay. Excuse me.
18K. Other than that, I didn't mind public transport so much back in the day. I will say the most stressful thing about public transport is falling asleep on the bus or the train and missing your stop. That is definitely the most stressful thing ever.
Hey, stop and identify yourself.
Maintenance. Some kind of gas leak over here. Don't worry though. Most likely not lethal.
That's the worst thing. I once freaking was in a train and I fell asleep. And usually, for some weird reason, whenever I fell asleep on the bus or train, I always like somehow magically woke up at the right moment, you know, right before my stop or just a little bit before my stop. Bro, there was this one time I woke up, I was in the train, I woke up and I opened my eyes and I saw the station where I would usually get off and the train would just like slowly move again. It was just about to leave the station. And I was like, no, it felt so goddamn bad. I had to wait at the next station in order to get the train back. And it was, oh man. It was annoying.
Hey, who are you?
Hey, keep your voice down.
But usually when I took the bus, for some reason, I just always woke up at the right moment. So I was never really too scared after that to oversleep or to miss my stop. Okay, we got a pick lock. Nice and easy. They made noise and I just walked away to a different seat and people looked at me while I walk away from a seat. Yeah, it's if there are the only thing about public transport, the most annoying thing about public transport is other annoying people that make a lot of noise or they smell or what you said, like sometimes you're not in the mood to talk and somebody sits next to you and they just initiate a conversation. Sometimes it can turn out, you know, pretty cool, but if you are just not in the mood for it, it can get quite annoying. So I do agree with that. Okay, so we have the cutter tool. There's Jackie.
The jewels are in the van over there by the container.
Okay, this thing should cut through anything. Is anyone around?
Yeah, man, a couple of 18K guys.
Are we gonna use the cutting tool against them? I think we do. Oh my god! Oh shoot! We're just straight up using this cutter tool against them. Nah. Dang. Okay, search the trucks. Let's cut them all open. See where the goodies at. Yeah, I'm an introvert. I just don't want to deal with people. If someone talks to me, I just ignore. Wait, what?
Shit, Jackie.
You just straight up ignore him? Dang.
Go get them, Wade. Fuck them.
Bro, that's brutal using this cutter tool against them. Oh. There we go. Nice. I mean, I don't ignore them when they like start talking to me, but if I can avoid the conversation, if I'm not in the mood to talk, then you know I usually do. I don't know. I'm probably like in that regard maybe similar to you, Jacob. I like to be in my own like space.
Try the next one, man.
I don't trust strangers. I also don't sit with strangers. I just don't feel comfortable. Oh dang. I mean, I don't have a problem with sitting to strangers, but
We got him, man.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh shoot! No! They got Jackie! Oh hell no! I'm coming. Catch the truck. Dang it! They got my boy. Alright, let's go after him. You know what I was always a trade-off? Wait, hold on. How do I do this again? Oh, no, it's not this one. It's this one. Go to the truck. Recover. Come on, Wei. You know what I was always afraid of? When they introduced, when they introduced the wireless like headphones or earbuds. Dang it. And I would use them on public transport. I was always afraid of people like stealing my, or either me losing my wireless earbuds or people stealing them from me. But yeah, luckily I never experienced it, but that was always a big fear whenever I fell asleep on the bus. One time an old woman came and told me, can I sit? And I just got up and walked away. And people looked at me like, huh, what's up with that boy? I mean, at least you offered a seat to an old lady or an old woman. That's what I would do as well. I really think if you're like, you know, a young person and there's this old lady coming on the bus, and she doesn't have a seat anymore anywhere because it's like super full, offering a seat is like a pretty generous thing you can do. You know, the way you handled it with giving no reaction maybe could have been a bit better. Other than that though, you did a good job, Jacob. Okay, let's go to the front. There we go. Now open it up.
Jackie! Jackie!
Hey! Let's freaking go, Jackie.
How you like that, huh?
Beat his ass.
Cocksucker! Let's go fence this stuff. It's the usual place.
I don't trust strangers. Oh damn, but you don't trust anyone? Like you have that like much trust issues with people in general? I don't know if that's a good thing though. If you can't trust anyone.
Damn way. No matter what happens, Jackie, I won't leave you behind. I'll always come
Jackie,
back.
get up!
Hey, thanks, Way. Wouldn't be here without you, man. I know it.
Wait, we're not taking Jackie with us? Oh, I guess not.
She's not your fault, right? You know, thinking about a lot of things. Rethinking them, maybe. Not our friendship. Bad things that have happened.
Oh, he's just spawning. Wait, why isn't he getting on the motor? Come on, Jackie. Why aren't you getting on? You know what? If you chill. If you don't want to get on, you just walk. You just walk, Jackie. Look at this guy. He will teleport to us. We're good. Okay. I mean, Jackie, that's your own fault for not getting on this freaking damn motorcycle. There's even a seat. Literally. There's a two-person seat. There's at least room for one more person.
it.
Nice, we got him. All right. We do need to wrap it up for today, guys, because I'm gonna have some good old barbecue. Let's watch this cutscene real quick.
You're under arrest.
Where are the others? It's just me, boys. Just me.
Andrew, you piece of shit.
Oh, dang, it's Pendrew. They got him. God damn it. They still got Jackie. I need to talk to you. Meet me at the K-bar in Soho. Alright. Let me just save this real quick. And then it has already been a 3-hour stream almost, which is pretty nice. Some people are crazy and sick in the head. You should not trust them at all. And if people need help, I never help strangers because I'm no hero and being a hero is bullshit. Now, I don't know about all of that, Jacob. I don't think you should trust like nobody anymore. But obviously you gotta be aware at all times. And it's good to have your, to know your surroundings and be aware of it. But I do think, you gotta put some trust in people that maybe you've met before or whatnot in some degree. Because if you constantly don't trust people, that also means you're constantly on the edge. When you're out in public, you never can relax or chill. But yeah, that's just my take on it. Anyways, guys, enough yapping. I gotta make ready and we gotta go head out. And yeah, let me just quickly check when the next stream is gonna be. The next stream, today it is the 21st of June. And we can actually do quite a couple of streams next week. I'm not really sure which days yet. Maybe tomorrow we'll do a stream. If not tomorrow, then on Tuesday. Then we can do technically one on Thursday and obviously Friday, and then the weekend we'll see. That's why I prefer driving a bike. It's relaxing. It is. Driving a bike can be quite relaxing. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching as always. I really appreciate you all for being here and stopping by. I love being alone. To be honest, I do too. Obviously, I have my girlfriend and I love spending time with her. But before that, I used to love being alone as well. And sometimes now still I do. But yeah. I'm a goddamn loner. Anyways, have a great one, everyone. Have a good rest of your morning, rest of your day, rest of your evening. For all the people, for all my fellow Dutch people in the Netherlands, I hope you all survive the heat in the upcoming days. And stay cool, Go get yourself some nice cold drinks. And don't be out in the sun for too long. So stay safe, everyone. And I'll see you all next time. See ya.